Weak words make strong thoughts sound small. That is why your English may be correct but still not powerful. You may know grammar, you may understand lessons, you may even speak in full sentences. But when you want to express a serious idea, your words feel too simple. You say good when you mean effective. You say bad when you mean harmful. You say very important when you mean essential. Your mind has power, but your words do not show it yet. This is the hidden pain of many English learners. They can speak, but they cannot express themselves with confidence. Their sentences are correct, but they feel flat. Their ideas are clear inside but weak outside. Powerful English does not mean difficult English. It means choosing the right word at the right time. One stronger word can change the whole sentence. One clearer sentence can change the way people hear you. And when your words become stronger, your confidence becomes stronger too. The English Power Words will teach you how to upgrade simple English into strong, clear, and confident speaking. You will learn how to replace weak words, use stronger vocabulary naturally, express emotions clearly, and speak with words that make your ideas feel alive. Before we begin, subscribe to English Mindset Academy if you are serious about real English fluency, and in the comments write, "I will speak strong English." Do not let powerful thoughts come out in weak words. Now let us begin the English Power Words. Chapter 1. Why your English sounds weak even when your grammar is correct. Many English learners feel a silent frustration that is difficult to explain. They study grammar, they learn sentence structure, they understand English lessons, and they can even speak in correct sentences. But when they listen to themselves, something still feels missing. The sentence is not wrong, but it does not feel strong. The grammar is not broken, but the meaning sounds flat. The idea inside the mind feels big, but when it comes out in English, it becomes small, soft, and powerless. This is one of the most painful stages in English learning because the learner is no longer a complete beginner. They can understand, they can speak, they can make sentences, but their English still does not sound confident, mature, clear, or powerful. They want to express a serious thought, but their words sound too basic. They want to explain a strong feeling, but their vocabulary feels too weak. They want people to listen carefully, but their English does not carry enough weight. This is why many learners say, "My English is correct, but it does not sound good." What they really mean is, "My English is understandable, but it does not express the real strength of my thoughts." And this is the truth you must understand in this chapter. Correct English and powerful English are not always the same thing. A sentence can be grammatically correct and still sound weak. A sentence can be easy to understand and still feel empty. A sentence can follow the rules and still fail to create impact. Grammar gives your sentence structure, but word choice gives your sentence power. Grammar helps people understand the form of your sentence, but strong vocabulary helps people feel the meaning of your sentence. For example, if you say, "This method is very good," your sentence is correct. Nobody will say the grammar is wrong, but the sentence is not powerful because the word good is too general. What do you mean by good? Do you mean useful, effective, practical, valuable, powerful, impressive? Clear, helpful? Each of these words gives a different meaning. When you only say good, your listener understands that something is positive, but they do not understand the exact strength of your idea. Now compare these sentences. This method is very good. This method is effective because it helps learners speak with more confidence. The second sentence is stronger because the word effective tells us that the method produces results. It is not just good in a general way. It works, it creates change. It gives the sentence a stronger meaning. This is the first secret of powerful English. Strong speakers do not only choose correct words, they choose exact words. Weak English often comes from using one simple word for too many meanings. Learners say good for everything positive, bad for everything negative, nice for everything pleasant, thing for every object or idea, and very when they want to make something stronger. These words are not wrong, they are part of normal English. But if you use them again and again for every idea, your English begins to sound limited. The problem is not that these words are useless. The problem is that they are too general when your meaning needs more strength. If you say practice is good, that is clear but weak. If you say daily practice is essential because it trains your brain to use English automatically, your sentence becomes stronger. If you say this habit is bad, that is clear but weak. If you say this habit is harmful because it slows your progress, your sentence becomes stronger. If you say I learned many things, that is correct but unclear. If you say I learned many practical speaking techniques, your English becomes sharper. Powerful English begins when you stop hiding big ideas behind small words. Many learners think they need very advanced vocabulary to sound powerful. This is a dangerous misunderstanding. Powerful English does not mean strange English. Powerful English does not mean using long words that even the speaker cannot use naturally. Powerful English does not mean sounding like a dictionary. Powerful English means using the clearest word that fits the meaning perfectly. A simple exact word is stronger than a difficult unnatural word. If you say, "This lesson helps learners speak clearly," that is strong because it is clear. If you say, "This educational material facilitates communicative development in a linguistically beneficial way," it may sound advanced, but it is heavy and unnatural for normal speaking. Strong English is not about making people confused. Strong English is about making people understand you faster and feel your meaning more clearly. This is why clarity is more powerful than complexity. You must never use difficult words only to impress people. If the word does not fit naturally, it weakens your English instead of strengthening it. A powerful speaker does not try to look advanced. A powerful speaker tries to communicate with precision. The goal is not to make your English heavy. The goal is to make your English sharp. Think about a knife. A heavy object can hit something, but a sharp knife cuts clearly. Powerful vocabulary is like that. It does not need to be heavy, it needs to be sharp. When you choose the right word, your meaning becomes clear immediately. For example, instead of saying "this is very important," you can say "this is essential." The word essential is sharper because it means something is truly necessary. Instead of saying "this is very bad," you can say "this is harmful." The word harmful is sharper because it tells us that something causes damage. Instead of saying "I am very tired," you can say "I am exhausted." The word exhausted carries the full feeling of deep tiredness. Instead of saying "this is very hard," you can say "this is challenging." The word challenging sounds stronger and more mature because it means difficult but possible to face. These words do not make English fake, they make English more exact. Another reason learners sound weak is that they use too many empty words. Empty words are words that fill the sentence but do not add clear meaning. Words like thing, stuff, good, nice, bad, and very can become empty when they are used too much. When your speech is full of empty words, your listener has to guess your real meaning. For example, "This thing is good for English" is correct but weak. What thing? A method? A habit? A routine? A technique? A tool? Now upgrade it. This daily speaking routine is useful for English because it trains your mouth to produce sentences. This sentence has stronger meaning because it names the idea clearly. Routine is clearer than thing. Useful is clearer than good. Trains your mouth to produce sentences is clearer than good for English. This is how weak English becomes strong English. Not by making it complicated, but by making it specific. Specific words create strong English because they reduce confusion. If you say, "I have a problem in English," the listener understands you have difficulty, but the meaning is too wide. What problem? Listening, speaking, grammar, pronunciation, confidence, sentence speed, vocabulary? Now say, "My biggest challenge is speaking without translating." This sentence is stronger because the problem is clear. The listener understands exactly what you mean. If you say, "I want to improve my English," that is fine. But if you say, "I want to improve my speaking confidence so I can express my ideas clearly in real conversations," your English becomes more powerful because the goal is specific. Specific goals create specific sentences. Specific sentences create stronger communication. This is why power words are not only about vocabulary, they are about thinking clearly. When your words are weak, your thinking may sound weak even when your mind is strong. When your words are exact, your thinking becomes visible. Your vocabulary is the bridge between your inner world and the listener's understanding. If the bridge is weak, your idea cannot cross with full strength. If the bridge is strong, your idea reaches the listener clearly. Many learners feel that their personality disappears in English. In their own language, they can be funny, serious, emotional, intelligent, confident, and expressive. But in English, they feel smaller. They speak like a child. They avoid deep ideas. They choose safe sentences. They do not express their real personality because they do not have the words to carry it. This hurts because they know they are not weak people, but English makes them sound weak. If this is you, understand something important. Your personality is not weak. Your English expression is still developing. The English Power Words is not here to make you sound like someone else. It is here to help your real personality come through English. If you are serious, your English should be able to sound serious. If you are confident, your English should be able to sound confident. If you feel deeply, your English should be able to express deep emotions. If you have powerful ideas, your English should not make them sound small. That is why strong vocabulary matters. But again, strong vocabulary must be natural. You do not need to speak with difficult words in every sentence. You need to know when a simple word is enough and when a stronger word is necessary. Sometimes good is perfectly fine. If someone asks, "How was your day?" you can say, "It was good." That is natural. But if you are explaining a method that changed your speaking, good may not be enough. You should say effective, practical, or powerful, depending on the meaning. The skill is not replacing every simple word. The skill is choosing the right word for the moment. This is what separates basic English from strong English. Basic English often uses the same words again and again. Strong English chooses words with purpose. Basic English says, "This is good." Strong English says, "This is effective." Basic English says, "This is bad." Strong English says, "This is harmful." Basic English says, "I am very happy." Strong English says, "I am proud of my progress." Basic English says, "I am very nervous." Strong English says, "I feel anxious when I speak under pressure." Notice that stronger English is not only more advanced, it is more accurate. It shows the real meaning. Another reason English sounds weak is overusing maybe and uncertain phrases. Many learners speak as if they are apologizing for every idea. They say, "Maybe I think this is important," or "I don't know, maybe practice is good," or "I am not sure, but maybe this method helps." These phrases make your English sound nervous. You do not need to be arrogant, but you should not weaken every sentence before you say it. Instead of saying maybe practice is good, say practice is essential for real improvement. Instead of saying I think maybe this method helps, say I believe this method is effective because it trains speaking directly. Instead of saying I am not sure but vocabulary is important, say strong vocabulary helps learners express ideas more clearly. These sentences sound confident because they are direct. Confidence in English often begins with confident wording. You may still be learning, you may still make mistakes, that is normal, but you do not need to speak as if every idea is weak. If you have a clear point, say it clearly. If you have a reason, explain it. If you have an example, give it. If you need to correct yourself calmly. Strong English is not perfect English. Strong English is clear English spoken with intention. A powerful speaker can say, "Let me explain it another way," instead of becoming silent. A powerful speaker can say, "What I mean is," instead of giving up. A powerful speaker can say, "The better word is," and continue. These small phrases protect your confidence because they show that mistakes do not end the conversation. You can repair your sentence and keep moving. This is very important for learners. Many people think powerful English means never making mistakes. No. Powerful English means your message is strong enough to survive mistakes. If your word is not perfect, you choose another word. If your sentence is unclear, you explain it again. If your meaning is incomplete, you add an example. A strong speaker does not collapse after one mistake. A strong speaker continues. Your English becomes weak when fear controls your word choice. You choose only the safest words. You avoid stronger vocabulary because you are afraid of using it wrong. You keep saying the same basic words because they feel safe, but safety can become a prison. If you never try stronger words, your English will never grow beyond the same small circle. You must be willing to practice stronger words before they feel perfect. At first, they may feel strange in your mouth. That is normal. Every new word feels strange before it becomes natural. The word effective may feel new today. After you use it in 20 sentences, it will feel easier. The word essential may feel formal today. After you use it correctly many times, it will become part of your speaking. The word harmful may feel strong today. After practice, you will know when to use it naturally. Words become natural through use, not through memorization only. This is why you must not only collect power words, you must activate them. Activation means you can use the word in your own sentence without looking at a list. If you only recognize a word when you read it, that word is passive. If you can use it while speaking, it is active. Your goal is active power words. For example, do not only memorize essential, Use it. Say daily speaking is essential for fluency. Say listening is essential because it teaches natural rhythm. Say review is essential if you want vocabulary to stay in your mind. Now the word becomes alive. Do not only memorize effective. Use it. Say this method is effective because it gives learners clear practice. Say repetition is effective when you use real sentences. Say shadowing can be effective if you repeat with attention. Now the word becomes yours. A word becomes powerful only when it enters your speaking. Another mistake learners make is learning strong words without learning their natural partners. In English, words often work in combinations. We say build confidence, develop fluency, improve pronunciation, expand vocabulary, reduce hesitation, overcome fear, express ideas, and clarify meaning. These combinations sound natural. If you learn only single words, you may still speak unnaturally. But if you learn word partnerships, your English becomes smoother. For example, the word confidence is useful, but you need to know how to use it. You build confidence, you gain confidence, you lose confidence, you speak with confidence, your confidence grows, your confidence drops. These combinations give you real speaking power. The word vocabulary is useful, but you need combinations. You expand vocabulary, you use vocabulary, you improve vocabulary, you activate vocabulary, you forget vocabulary, you learn vocabulary in context. This is how words become sentences. Powerful English is not built from isolated words, it is built from strong word combinations. This is why your grammar can be correct, but your English still sounds weak. You may know how to form a sentence, but if the word combinations are weak, the sentence does not feel natural. Make confidence is understandable, but build confidence is natural. Do improvement is weak, but make progress or improve is natural. Say the idea clearly can work, but explain the idea clearly is stronger. These small changes make a big difference. Strong English often depends on small upgrades. You do not need to change your whole English overnight. Start with the words you use most. If you always say good, learn 5 stronger options: useful, effective, practical, valuable, powerful. If you always say bad, learn 5 stronger options: harmful, serious, confusing, weak, dangerous. If you always say very important, learn essential, necessary, critical, valuable. If you always say thing, learn method, habit, strategy, technique, challenge, result, reason. If you always say make better, learn improve, strengthen, develop, upgrade. These words will upgrade your everyday speaking because they replace the weak words you already use all the time. This is the smartest way to build power vocabulary. Do not start with rare words you may never use. Start with stronger versions of the words you use daily. This gives you immediate results. Your English begins to sound stronger in normal sentences, not only in special situations. For example, instead of saying this is a good habit, say this is a valuable habit. Instead of saying this method is very good, say this method is effective. Instead of saying this thing is bad for speaking, say this habit is harmful for speaking. Instead of saying speaking is very hard, say speaking is challenging. Instead of saying I want to make my English better, say I want to improve my English. These are simple upgrades, but they create a stronger voice. The more you practice these upgrades, the more your English changes. Now understand one more important point. Power words must match your level of confidence. If you learn a strong word but say it with fear, it loses power. If you say this method is effective in a weak, uncertain voice, the sentence will not feel strong. Practice saying power words with calm confidence. You do not need to shout. You do not need to sound aggressive. Just speak clearly, steadily, and with belief. A strong word needs a steady voice. When you say this is essential, say it like you mean it. When you say this habit is harmful, say it with seriousness. When you say I am determined to improve, say it with strength. Your voice is part of your English power. Vocabulary gives meaning, but tone gives energy. This is why you should practice power words aloud, not silently. Not only in writing, say them, feel them. Let your mouth become comfortable with them. Record yourself if possible. Listen to your voice. Does the word sound natural? Does the sentence sound clear? Are you using the word correctly? This practice will train both vocabulary and confidence. Chapter 1 is the foundation of the English power words. It teaches you that weak English is not always incorrect English. Weak English is often unclear English, general English, repeated English, and fearful English. Strong English is clear, exact, natural, confident, and meaningful. You are not learning power words to impress people. You are learning them to express yourself better. You are learning them because your thoughts deserve stronger language. You are learning them because your English should not hide your intelligence. You are learning them because you want people to understand not only your words, but your meaning. From today, stop asking only, "Is my sentence correct?" Start asking, "Is my sentence strong? Is my word exact? Is my meaning clear? Is there a better word that carries my thought more powerfully?" These questions will train your mind to become a stronger speaker. Do not be satisfied with correct but weak English forever. Correct English is the foundation, but powerful English is the next level. First, you learn how to make sentences. Then you learn how to make those sentences carry weight. First you learn how to speak, then you learn how to express. First you learn how to be understood, then you learn how to be remembered. Your English is ready for this upgrade. You do not need to throw away simple English. You need to strengthen it. Simple English is the base. Power words are the upgrade. Clear meaning is the goal. Confident speaking is the result. Remember this golden truth. Your words decide how strongly your thoughts arrive. If your words are weak, your thoughts may arrive quietly. If your words are clear, your thoughts arrive directly. If your words are powerful, your thoughts arrive with impact. The same idea can sound small or strong depending on the words you choose. So begin today, choose better words. Use exact meaning, replace weak vocabulary with strong vocabulary. Speak power words aloud, put them in real sentences. Use them again and again until they become natural. Because your English does not need to stay flat, basic, or powerless. Your English can become strong, your English can become clear, your English can become confident. And when your words become stronger, your voice becomes stronger with them. Chapter 2. Replace weak words with strong meaning. If you want your English to sound powerful, you must stop using weak words to carry strong ideas. This is one of the fastest upgrades you can make in your speaking because many learners are not weak in grammar and they are not completely empty in vocabulary. Their real problem is that they use the same soft, general, basic words again and again until every sentence sounds flat. Their thoughts may be serious, but their words sound small. Their meaning may be deep, but their vocabulary does not show it. Their English may be correct, but it does not create impact. This is why replacing weak words is so important. You do not need to memorize thousands of advanced words overnight. You need to identify the words you overuse every day and replace them with stronger, clearer, more exact words that match your real meaning. This one habit can change your English faster than random vocabulary memorization because it upgrades the words that appear in your daily speaking again and again. Most learners use words like good, bad, very, thing, nice, big, small, happy, sad, make, get, and say too much. These words are not wrong, they are normal English words. But when you use them for every idea, your English becomes weak because your meaning becomes too general. A strong speaker does not use one word for 10 different meanings. A strong speaker chooses the word that gives the exact meaning. For example, the word good is useful, but it is also dangerous when you use it for everything. You say, "This method is good, this lesson is good, this habit is good, this teacher is good, this idea is good." All of these sentences are correct, but they are not powerful because they do not explain what kind of good you mean. Is the method effective? Is the lesson practical? Is the habit valuable? Is the teacher supportive? Is the idea powerful? When you choose the exact word, your sentence becomes stronger immediately. Instead of saying, "This method is good," say, "This method is effective because it gives learners real results." Instead of saying, "This lesson is good," say, "This lesson is practical because learners can use it immediately." Instead of saying, "This habit is good," say, "This habit is valuable because it builds confidence every day." Instead of saying, "This idea is good," say, "This idea is powerful because it changes the way learners think about English." Now listen to the difference. The basic sentence only says something is positive. The strong sentence explains the value. This is powerful English. It does not only speak, it gives meaning. The same thing happens with the word bad. Learners use bad for every negative idea. They say, my English is bad. This habit is bad. Translation is bad. My pronunciation is bad. This mistake is bad. But bad is often too general and sometimes too painful. It does not tell you exactly what the problem is. If something damages your progress, say harmful. If something creates confusion, say confusing. If something is serious, say serious. If something is low quality, say weak or poor. If something creates risk, say dangerous. Instead of saying translation is bad, say translation can be harmful when it slows your speaking. Instead of saying my English is bad, say my speaking needs more practice, or my sentence speed needs improvement. Instead of saying this mistake is bad, say this is a serious mistake because it affects meaning. Instead of saying, this explanation is bad, say, this explanation is confusing because it does not give clear examples. This is not only better English, this is better thinking. When you say bad, your mind sees a general problem. When you say harmful, confusing, serious, or weak, your mind understands the problem more clearly. Clear words create clear thinking, and clear thinking creates strong speaking. Now let us talk about one of the weakest habits in English, overusing very. Many learners use very because they want to make their sentence stronger, but sometimes very makes the sentence sound weaker because it shows that the speaker cannot find the exact strong word. They say very good, very bad, very important, very tired, very happy, very difficult, very easy, and very clear. These are understandable, but they are not always powerful. Instead of very good, say excellent, effective, useful, powerful, or impressive, depending on the meaning. Instead of very bad, say terrible, harmful, serious, or dangerous. Instead of very important, say essential, necessary, critical, or valuable. Instead of very tired, say exhausted. Instead of very difficult, say challenging. Instead of very clear, say obvious. Instead of very useful, say effective or practical. But you must be careful. Do not replace words blindly. A power word must fit the situation. Essential does not simply mean very important. It means necessary. If something is essential, you cannot ignore it. Exhausted does not simply mean a little tired. It means deeply tired. Challenging does not only mean hard. It often means difficult, but possible to face. Harmful means something causes damage. When you understand the feeling of a word, you can use it naturally. This is the difference between memorizing vocabulary and owning vocabulary. Memorizing means you know a definition. Owning means you understand the feeling, the situation, and the natural sentence. For example, if you say, daily practice is very important, that is correct. But if you say daily practice is essential for fluency, the sentence becomes stronger because essential tells the listener that daily practice is not optional, it is necessary. If you say speaking English is very difficult, that is correct. But if you say speaking English is challenging because your brain must build sentences in real time, the sentence becomes more mature because challenging carries difficulty without sounding hopeless. Power words do not only change meaning, they change emotion. Now let us look at the word thing. This word is one of the most common reasons learners sound weak. They say, this thing helps me. I learned many things. The main thing is practice. This thing is difficult. There are many things in English. The listener may understand generally, but the sentence is not sharp. The word thing hides the real meaning. Instead of thing, choose the exact noun. Is it a habit, a method, a strategy, a technique, a lesson, a mistake, a challenge, a result, a reason, a solution, a routine, a pattern, a rule, a tool? Each word creates a clearer sentence. Instead of saying, this thing helps me speak, say, this sentence frame helps me speak. Instead of saying, I learned many things, say, I learned many useful speaking techniques. Instead of saying, the main thing is practice, say, the key habit is daily practice, or the main point is consistency. Instead of saying, this thing is difficult, say, this challenge is difficult, or this grammar pattern is challenging. Specific nouns make your English sound intelligent because they show that you know exactly what you are talking about. General words make your English sound weaker because they force the listener to guess your meaning. Now think about how this changes your speaking. Weak sentence. This thing is good for English. Strong sentence. This daily speaking routine is effective for English because it trains your mouth to use sentence patterns. The strong sentence has exact words, routine, effective, trains, sentence patterns. It sounds more professional, more useful, and more confident. This is how you upgrade English. Replace empty words with meaningful words. Now let us talk about nice. Many learners use nice too much. Nice can mean beautiful, kind, pleasant, comfortable, enjoyable, friendly, attractive, polite, or impressive. Because it can mean many things, it often becomes weak when used too much. If a person helped you, say kind or supportive. If a place feels good, say comfortable or peaceful. If an idea impresses you, say impressive. If a lesson is easy to use, say practical. If a conversation feels good, say pleasant or meaningful. Instead of she is a nice teacher, say she is a supportive teacher because she explains mistakes clearly. Instead of it was a nice lesson, say it was a practical lesson because I learned phrases I can use today. Instead of that was a nice idea, say that was an impressive idea because it solved the problem clearly. One better word can make your sentence sound more mature. Now let us look at weak verbs because verbs carry the energy of your sentence. Many learners use make, do, get, have, and say for everything. Again, these verbs are useful, but stronger verbs can make your sentence cleaner and more powerful. Instead of make my English better, say improve my English. Instead of make confidence, say build confidence. Instead of make vocabulary bigger, say expand vocabulary. Instead of make speaking strong, say strengthen speaking. Instead of get better, say improve. Instead of say the idea, say explain the idea, express the idea, or clarify the idea, depending on meaning. Weak sentence, I want to make my English better. Strong sentence, I want to improve my English. Stronger sentence, I want to improve my speaking confidence so I can express my ideas clearly. The sentence becomes more powerful because the verb is direct and the goal is specific. Weak sentence, this book gives me help. Strong sentence, this book helps me upgrade my vocabulary. Stronger sentence, this book helps me replace weak words with stronger vocabulary, so my speaking sounds more confident. Notice how strong verbs and exact meaning work together. Powerful English is often cleaner English. Many learners think stronger English means adding more words, but sometimes stronger English means removing weak extra words and choosing one strong verb. Make better becomes improve. Make stronger becomes strengthen. Make bigger becomes expand. Find out becomes discover. Say clearly becomes explain. Make clear becomes clarify. This makes your speaking sound sharper and more natural. Now understand the power of word combinations. Strong English is not only single strong words. Strong English also uses natural combinations. English has word partnerships that native and fluent speakers use again and again. We say build confidence, develop fluency, improve pronunciation, expand vocabulary, reduce hesitation, overcome fear, express ideas, clarify meaning, strengthen habits, and achieve progress. These combinations sound natural and strong. If you learn only single words, your English may still feel weak because you may not know how to use them naturally. For example, the word confidence is important, but you need its natural partners. You build confidence, you gain confidence, you lose confidence, you speak with confidence. Your confidence grows, your confidence drops, your confidence improves. These combinations make the word usable. The same with fluency. You develop fluency, you improve fluency, you build fluency. Fluency grows through practice. Fluency requires repetition. These combinations help you speak naturally about English learning. The same with vocabulary. You expand vocabulary, you activate vocabulary, you use vocabulary in context, you forget vocabulary, you strengthen vocabulary through repetition. When you learn combinations, your speaking becomes smoother because words are no longer alone. They come in natural groups. This is a golden rule. Never learn a power word alone. Learn the sentence family around it. If you learn effective, learn sentences like, this method is effective. This strategy is effective because one effective way to improve is, and effective practice gives real results. If you learn essential, learn sentences like, daily practice is essential. Listening is essential for pronunciation, and it is essential to review new words. If you learn harmful, learn sentences like, this habit is harmful. too much translation can be harmful, and negative self-talk is harmful for confidence. This is how words become active in your speaking. Many learners fail with vocabulary because they collect words like museum objects. They write beautiful words in a notebook, but they never use them in speech. They recognize them when reading, but they cannot speak them under pressure. These words are passive. Passive vocabulary looks good in a notebook, but active vocabulary changes your speaking. Your goal is not to collect words. Your goal is to activate words. Activation means you can use the word in your own sentence without looking. Activation means the word can come out of your mouth naturally. Activation means you can use it in different situations. A word is not truly yours until you can speak it. So when you learn a stronger word, use it immediately. If you learn practical, say, "This lesson is practical." Then say, "This lesson is practical because I can use it today." Then say, "I prefer practical methods because they give real speaking practice." Now the word is moving. It is not sitting dead in your notebook. It is becoming part of your English. If you learn challenging, say, "Speaking English is challenging." Then say, "Speaking English is challenging because I need to build sentences quickly." Then say, "It is challenging, but I can improve with daily practice." Now the word has life. If you learn determined, say, "I am determined to improve my English." Then say, "I am determined to speak even when I make mistakes." Then say, "A determined learner does not stop after one difficult day." Now the word becomes emotional and powerful. This is how you upgrade vocabulary the right way. Now let us build a simple but powerful replacement system. First, identify your weak word. Second, choose stronger options. Third, understand the meaning difference. Fourth, create sentences. Fifth, speak them aloud. Sixth, use one of them in real conversation, writing, or self-speaking. For example, weak word, good, stronger options, useful, effective, practical, valuable, powerful. Meaning difference, useful helps you, effective produces results, practical can be used, valuable has importance, powerful creates strong effect. Sentences, this phrase is useful, this method is effective, this lesson is practical, this habit is valuable, this idea is powerful. Speaking practice, this method is effective because it helps me speak with confidence. This process makes vocabulary clear and usable. Now weak word, bad, stronger options, harmful, serious, confusing, weak, dangerous. Meaning difference, harmful causes damage, serious matters a lot, confusing is hard to understand, weak has little power, dangerous creates risk. Sentences, this habit is harmful, this is a serious mistake, this explanation is confusing, weak vocabulary makes speaking less clear, ignoring practice is dangerous for fluency, speaking practice, too much translation can be harmful because it slows my sentence speed. This is how you train stronger meaning. Now weak word, very important, stronger options, essential, necessary, critical, valuable. Meaning difference, essential means truly needed, necessary means required, critical means extremely important in a serious way, valuable means useful and meaningful. Sentences, daily practice is essential, review is necessary, clear pronunciation is critical in communication. Speaking practice is valuable because it builds confidence. Speaking practice, daily practice is essential because fluency grows through repetition. This is not random memorization, this is purposeful upgrade. One mistake learners make is replacing weak words with words that are too formal for normal speech. For example, instead of saying "this method is good," they may choose a word like phenomenal or extraordinary in every sentence. These words can be useful, but if used too much, they sound unnatural. Strong English is not dramatic all the time, strong English is appropriate. Use effective for methods, practical for lessons, valuable for ideas, supportive for people, challenging for difficulty, and harmful for damage. The best word is not always the biggest word. The best word is the most accurate word. Another mistake is using words without context. If you say "this is effective," the sentence is okay, but it becomes stronger when you explain why. This is effective because it trains your brain to speak without translating. The reason gives the power word evidence. Strong words become even stronger when supported by reasons and examples. For example, daily practice is essential is strong. Daily practice is essential because your brain needs repetition to make English automatic is stronger. Translation is harmful is strong. Translation is harmful when it makes your speaking slow and stops you from thinking directly in English is stronger. Power words are valuable is strong. Power words are valuable because they help you express exact meaning instead of using general words, is stronger. Power word plus reason equals powerful sentence. You should also learn contrast sentences because they help you show the difference between weak and strong English. For example, weak English says, "This is good," but strong English says, "This is effective because it produces results." Weak English says, "This is bad," but strong English says, "This is harmful because it damages progress." Weak English says, "I learned many things," but strong English says, "I learned practical speaking techniques." These contrast sentences train your brain to notice upgrades. They also make your speaking more powerful because you can explain the difference clearly. Now let us talk about emotional power. Words are not only information, words carry feeling. If you choose the wrong emotional word, your English may not express what you truly feel. Many learners say sad for every negative feeling, but sometimes the real word is disappointed, discouraged, hurt, upset, or frustrated. Each word carries a different emotion. If you practiced for months but still cannot speak, you may not simply be sad, you may feel frustrated. Say, "I feel frustrated because I understand English but cannot speak quickly." If your progress feels slow and you lose motivation, you may feel discouraged. Say, "I feel discouraged when I do not see progress, but I am determined to continue." If you make mistakes in front of others and feel shame, you may feel embarrassed. Say, "I feel embarrassed when I make simple mistakes, but I know mistakes are part of learning." This kind of emotional vocabulary makes your English deeper. It helps you express yourself like a real person, not like a textbook. Many learners sound weak because they cannot describe their emotions clearly. They say, "I am sad," "I am happy," "I am nervous," and stop. But strong emotional English says, "I feel anxious when I speak with fluent people. I feel proud when I practice even with mistakes. I feel determined because I want to improve. I feel overwhelmed when I try to learn too many words at once." These sentences are powerful because they show real experience. Strong words help people understand not only what you think, but what you feel. Now here is a daily exercise that can change your English. Every day, choose one weak word and build a replacement ladder. Start with the weak word at the bottom, then add stronger words above it. For example, good at the bottom. Above it, useful, effective, practical, valuable, powerful. Now create one sentence for each word. Speak them aloud. Then choose the best sentence and use it in a 1-minute speech. Weak word, good. Sentence 1, this phrase is useful. Sentence 2, this routine is effective. Sentence 3, this lesson is practical. Sentence 4, this habit is valuable. Sentence 5, this method is powerful. 1-minute speech. I think this routine is effective because it helps learners use English every day. It is also practical because they can do it in only 15 minutes. That is why daily speaking practice is valuable for real fluency. This is how one weak word becomes powerful speaking practice. Another exercise is the upgrade your sentence drill. Take a weak sentence and upgrade it 3 times. Weak sentence, English practice is good. Upgrade 1, English practice is useful. Upgrade 2, daily English practice is effective. Upgrade 3, daily English practice is essential because it trains your brain to use English automatically. This drill teaches your mind to improve sentence quality step by step. Another example, weak sentence. Translation is bad. Upgrade 1, translation can be harmful. Upgrade 2, too much translation can be harmful for speaking speed. Upgrade 3, too much translation can be harmful because it trains your brain to depend on your first language before speaking English. Now the sentence has strong meaning. Another example, weak sentence, I learned many things. Upgrade 1, I learned many useful ideas. Upgrade 2, I learned practical speaking techniques. Upgrade 3, I learned practical speaking techniques that help me replace weak words with stronger meaning. This is much more powerful. This drill is one of the best ways to stop weak English because it trains your mind to search for stronger expression. But remember, the goal is not to make every sentence longer. Sometimes the strongest sentence is short. Practice builds confidence. Words carry power. Clarity creates impact. These short sentences are powerful because the words are exact. Long sentences are not automatically strong. Short sentences are not automatically weak. The strength comes from meaning, clarity, and word choice. Powerful English is not about length, it is about impact. Now, how do you know if a word is strong enough? Ask 3 questions. First, is the word exact? Second, is the word natural? Third, is the word useful in real speaking? If the answer is yes, train it. If a word is strong but unnatural for your situation, do not force it. If a word is advanced but you cannot use it clearly, wait and learn it properly. If a word is simple but exact, use it confidently. For example, useful is simple but strong. Effective is slightly stronger and very useful. Practical is natural and powerful. Valuable is meaningful. These words are better for daily speaking than rare words you may use incorrectly. Build your power vocabulary from common strong words first. This chapter is about building a strong foundation. You are replacing weak daily words with stronger daily words. You are not trying to sound like a professor. You are trying to sound clearer, more confident, and more expressive. That is the real power. From today, listen to yourself when you speak. Notice your weak words. Do you say good too much? Upgrade it. Do you say bad too much? Upgrade it. Do you say very too much? Find the exact word. Do you say thing too much? Name the real noun. Do you use make and get for everything? Choose stronger verbs. This awareness alone can change your English. The more you upgrade weak words, the more your speaking changes. Your sentences will sound cleaner, your meaning will become sharper, your confidence will grow because you will feel that your words match your thoughts. You will stop feeling trapped inside basic vocabulary. You will begin to express yourself with more control. This is the purpose of the English power words. You are not replacing weak words because simple English is bad. Simple English is important, but simple English must become stronger when your meaning becomes stronger. If your idea is basic, use basic words. If your idea is serious, use serious words. If your emotion is deep, use deeper emotional vocabulary. If your point is important, choose a word with weight. Words must match meaning. At the end of this chapter, remember this golden truth. Weak words make your English sound smaller than your mind. Strong words help your real meaning come out. You do not need thousands of difficult words. You need the right words. You need clear words. You need words that fit the sentence, fit the feeling, and fit the moment. So start today with one weak word, replace it, speak it, use it in sentences, repeat it until it becomes natural, then choose another weak word tomorrow. This is how you upgrade your English step by step. One stronger word can change one sentence. One stronger sentence can change one conversation. One stronger conversation can change your confidence. And when your confidence changes, your English identity changes with it. Chapter 3, speak with clarity, not confusion. Powerful English is not the English that makes people struggle to understand you. Powerful English is the English that makes your meaning clear the first time people hear it. This is one of the most important lessons every English learner must understand because many learners believe that strong English means using difficult words, long sentences, and complicated grammar. They think that if a sentence sounds heavy, it must be advanced. They think that if a word looks impressive, it must make them sound fluent. But this is not always true. Sometimes the most powerful English is not the most complicated English. Sometimes the most powerful English is the clearest English. Clarity is strength. Confusion is weakness. If your listener has to guess what you mean, your English loses power. If your listener understands your meaning quickly, your English becomes strong. If your sentence is simple but exact, it can sound more confident than a long sentence full of unnecessary words. If your words are clear, your idea stands tall. But if your words are confusing, even a strong idea can fall flat. Many English learners make a dangerous mistake. They try to sound advanced before they learn to sound clear. They use big words without knowing their natural use. They create long sentences without strong structure. They put too many ideas in one sentence. They add extra words because they think more words mean better English, but instead of sounding powerful, their English becomes heavy, unclear, and difficult to follow. A strong speaker does not hide meaning behind complicated language. A strong speaker reveals meaning with clear language. For example, listen to this sentence. The improvement of communicative ability requires the implementation of consistent linguistic practice. This sentence may sound advanced, but it is heavy for normal speaking. Now listen to a clearer version. If you want to communicate better, you need consistent English practice. The second sentence is stronger because the listener understands it immediately. It does not try to impress, it communicates. And communication is the real purpose of language. This is the golden rule of this chapter. Never sacrifice clarity just to sound advanced. If a difficult word makes your meaning clearer, use it. If a simple word makes your meaning clearer, use the simple word. The goal is not to show people how many words you know. The goal is to make people understand exactly what you mean. When you speak English, you are not performing vocabulary. You are delivering meaning. Your words must serve your meaning, not hide it. Many learners think that simple English is weak, but simple English can be powerful when it is exact. Practice builds confidence is a simple sentence, but it is strong. Translation slows speaking is simple, but it is clear and powerful. Clear words create impact is simple, but it has weight. These sentences are not weak because they are short. They are powerful because the meaning is sharp. A weak sentence is not always short. A weak sentence is unclear. A strong sentence is not always long. A strong sentence is clear. This is why you must learn to speak with focus. Every sentence should have a job. One sentence should introduce the idea. Another sentence should explain the reason. Another sentence should give an example. Another sentence should show the result. When every sentence has a job, your English becomes organized. When your sentences have no clear job, your speaking becomes confusing. For example, if your point is, power words improve speaking, do not immediately jump into 5 different ideas. Start clearly. Say power words improve speaking because they make your meaning more exact. Now give an example. For example, the word effective is stronger than good when you want to explain that something gives results. Now show the result. That is why better word choice can make your English sound clearer and more confident. This is strong speaking because the listener can follow your thoughts step by step. Confusing English often happens when learners try to say everything at once. They begin one idea, then add another idea, then remember a grammar rule, then search for a stronger word, then worry about pronunciation, and the sentence becomes too crowded. The listener gets lost because the speaker is lost. Strong English does not throw all ideas into one sentence. Strong English organizes ideas so the listener can follow them easily. Think of your speaking like a road. If the road is clear, people can travel with you. If the road is full of broken signs, sudden turns, and unclear directions, people get confused. Your sentence structure is the road, your words are the signs, your examples are the lights. Your conclusion is the destination. A powerful speaker guides the listener from one idea to the next. This is why signpost phrases are so important. Signpost phrases are phrases that guide the listener. They tell the listener where your idea is going. Use phrases like, the main point is, the reason is, for example. In other words, this means that, the result is, that is why. These phrases make your speaking clearer because they organize your thoughts out loud. If you say power words are important, learners use weak words. English sounds basic, they need better words. The meaning is there, but it feels disconnected. Now use signpost phrases. The main point is that power words make your English stronger. The reason is that many learners use weak words too often. For example, they say good for every positive idea and bad for every negative idea. In other words, their meaning becomes too general. That is why they need stronger, more exact words. This version is much clearer because the listener knows how each sentence connects. Strong English is not only about vocabulary. It is about connection. Many learners know strong words, but they do not know how to connect ideas clearly. They may learn essential, effective, harmful, valuable, and practical, but if they place these words inside confusing sentences, the speaking still feels weak. A strong word inside a weak structure loses power. A good word needs a clear sentence. A clear sentence needs a clear thought. A clear thought needs structure. This is why clarity begins before speaking. It begins in the mind. Before you speak, ask yourself, what is my main point? If you do not know your main point, your English will become confusing. If your main point is clear, your sentence becomes easier. You do not need to plan every word, but you must know the direction of your idea. For example, if your main point is daily practice is essential, then your sentence should support that point. You can say, daily practice is essential because fluency grows through repetition, then add an example. For example, if you repeat power words in real sentences every day, they become active vocabulary, then finish. That is why consistent practice is more powerful than random memorization. This answer is clear because the main point controls the whole paragraph. Without a main point, learners often speak in circles. They start with practice, then jump to grammar, then vocabulary, then confidence, then listening, then mistakes, and the listener does not know what the speaker really wants to say. Strong speaking needs direction. Your words must not wander. They must move toward a clear meaning. Another reason learners sound confusing is that they use vague words. Vague words are words that are too general. They do not give enough information. Words like thing, stuff, something, good, bad, nice, and many can be useful, but if you overuse them, your meaning becomes unclear. The listener has to guess. A powerful speaker does not make the listener guess too much. A powerful speaker gives clear meaning. Instead of saying, "I learned many things," say, "I learned 3 practical speaking techniques." Instead of saying, "This thing helps me," say, "This sentence frame helps me explain my ideas." Instead of saying, "English is hard," say, "Speaking English without translating is challenging." Instead of saying, "My vocabulary is bad," say, "My active vocabulary is limited, so I need to use new words in real sentences." These sentences are stronger because they are specific. Specific English is powerful English. When you speak specifically, people trust your meaning. If you say, "I have problems in English," the listener does not know what kind of problem you mean. But if you say, "My biggest challenge is expressing ideas clearly without using weak words," your meaning becomes strong. If you say, "I want better English," the listener understands generally, but if you say, "I want to upgrade my vocabulary so I can speak with more confidence and clarity," your goal becomes clear. Clarity makes your English sound mature because mature speakers do not hide behind vague language. They choose words that point directly to the meaning. Now let us talk about long sentences. Long sentences are not bad. In fact, strong speakers can use long sentences beautifully. But long sentences must be controlled. A long sentence without structure becomes confusing. A long sentence with structure becomes powerful. The difference is organization. Weak long sentence. I think English is important because learners need it, and there are many things, and sometimes people cannot speak and they feel nervous, and vocabulary is good and grammar also is important. This sentence has ideas but no control. Stronger version. English is important because it helps learners communicate with confidence, but many learners struggle because they know grammar and vocabulary without knowing how to use them clearly in real conversations. This sentence is longer, but it is controlled. It has a main point, a reason, and contrast. If your long sentence begins to feel messy, break it into 2 or 3 clear sentences. There is no shame in using shorter sentences. Shorter sentences can make your English more powerful because each idea gets space. For example, instead of saying one confusing sentence, say, "Many learners know grammar and vocabulary, but they still struggle to speak clearly." The reason is that they do not know how to choose strong words and organize their ideas. This is simple, clear, and powerful. The listener can follow every step. A powerful speaker knows when to make a sentence longer and when to stop. This skill is important because learners often think fluency means never stopping, but natural speakers stop. They pause. They create rhythm. They give the listener time. A pause is not always weakness. A pause can be power. When you pause after an important idea, your words feel stronger. When you rush through everything, even strong words can lose impact. For example, say this with a natural pause. "Weak words make strong thoughts sound small." That line has power because it is short and direct. If you rush it into a long sentence with many extra words, the power disappears. Strong speaking uses rhythm. It knows when to speak and when to pause. Your tone also affects clarity. If your voice is too low, too fast, or too uncertain, even clear words may feel weak. If you use strong words but your voice sounds nervous, the listener may not feel the strength. You do not need to shout. You do not need to act. But you should speak with a steady voice. Strong English needs calm delivery. When you say "this method is effective," say it clearly. When you say "daily practice is essential," say it with confidence. When you say "translation can be harmful," say it with seriousness. The word carries meaning, but your voice carries confidence. Together they create power. Clarity also means choosing words that match the situation. Some words are strong in formal writing but unnatural in normal speech. Some words are perfect for daily conversation but weak in a professional setting. A powerful English speaker understands context. They do not use the same style everywhere. For example, in casual speech, you might say, "This method really helps." That is clear and natural. In a more serious explanation, you might say, "This method is effective because it gives learners a clear structure." In a professional setting, you might say, "This strategy improves communication by reducing hesitation." Each version can be correct, but the right choice depends on the situation. This is why powerful English is not only vocabulary, it is judgment. You must learn which word fits the moment. Many learners try to use formal words everywhere because they think formal means powerful. But if you use formal words in a casual conversation, your English may sound unnatural. If someone asks, "How was your day?" and you say, "My day was highly beneficial for my personal development," it may sound strange. You can simply say, "It was productive," or "It was a good day because I finished important work." That is clear and natural. Powerful English sounds appropriate, not forced. Now let us talk about clarity in emotional speaking. When learners express emotions, they often use simple words like happy, sad, angry, nervous, and tired. These words are useful, but sometimes they do not show the exact feeling. If you say, "I am sad," the listener understands a general feeling. But if you say, "I feel discouraged because my progress is slow," your meaning becomes deeper. If you say, "I am nervous," the listener understands fear. But if you say, "I feel anxious when I speak with fluent people," the listener understands the exact situation. Clear emotional words help people understand your inner experience. This is important because English is not only for facts. English is also for feelings, identity, confidence, and connection. If you want your English to sound powerful, learn to express emotions clearly. Say, "I feel frustrated when I forget simple words." Say, "I feel proud when I speak even with mistakes." Say, "I feel determined to improve my English." Say, "I feel overwhelmed when I try to learn too many words at once." These sentences are strong because they are honest, specific, and clear. Emotional clarity makes your English human. Another way to speak clearly is to use examples. Examples are one of the strongest tools in English speaking because they make abstract ideas real. If you only say power words are useful, your sentence is clear but general. If you add an example, the meaning becomes stronger. For example, instead of saying very important, you can say essential when something is truly necessary. Now the listener understands exactly what you mean. Examples remove confusion. They show the idea in action. Whenever you explain something, ask yourself, "Can I give an example?" If yes, your speaking will become stronger. If you say weak words make English sound basic, add an example. For example, if you always say good, your listener may not know whether you mean useful, effective, valuable, or impressive. If you say strong verbs make sentences better, add an example. For example, improve is stronger than make better, and clarify is stronger than make clear. Examples are powerful because they prove your point. A strong speaker does not only make claims. A strong speaker supports claims. If you say, "This method is powerful," explain why. If you say, "This habit is harmful," explain how. If you say, "This word is better," give an example. This makes your English sound more mature because your ideas are not floating, they have support. This is why the structure point, reason, example, result is so useful. It creates clear speaking every time. Point, power words make your English stronger. Reason, the reason is that they express meaning more exactly. Example, for example, harmful is stronger than bad when something damages your progress. Result, that is why better word choice can make your speaking sound more confident. This structure is not only for English learning, you can use it in conversations, presentations, interviews, exams, and daily speaking. It helps you sound organized, it helps your listener follow you, it helps your mind stay calm because you know the next step. When you do not know what to say next, use this structure. First, state your point, then say why, then give an example, then show the result. This is clear English. This is powerful English. Now, clarity also depends on removing unnecessary words. Many learners add too many words because they think longer means better, but extra words can weaken a sentence. For example, "I am doing practice of English speaking for the improvement of my confidence" is understandable but heavy. Say, I practice English speaking to build confidence. This is cleaner and stronger. Another example, this book is giving me a lot of help for making my vocabulary better. Clearer, this book helps me improve my vocabulary. Stronger, this book helps me upgrade weak vocabulary into powerful words. The sentence becomes stronger when the words become cleaner. Powerful English often removes clutter. Clutter means unnecessary words that do not add meaning. Words like actually, basically, kind of, maybe, like, and you know can be natural sometimes, but if you use them too much, your speaking sounds weak or uncertain. If you say, actually, maybe I kind of think this method is good, your meaning becomes soft. Say, I believe this method is effective. The second sentence is stronger because it is direct. You do not need to remove every soft phrase from your English. Natural speech has hesitation sometimes, but if you want to speak powerfully, do not let hesitation phrases control your message. Use them carefully. Speak with intention. Another important part of clarity is choosing the right level of detail. Some learners give too little detail so their English sounds weak. Others give too much detail so their English sounds confusing. Strong speakers give enough detail to make the idea clear, but not so much that the listener gets lost. For example, if someone asks, why is vocabulary important? Too little detail, because it is good. Too much uncontrolled detail, because vocabulary is something that people need in many situations and there are many words, and if you do not know them you cannot speak and English becomes difficult and also grammar matters. Clear answer, vocabulary is important because it helps you express exact meaning. For example, if you only say good, your idea may sound basic, but if you say effective, valuable, or practical, your meaning becomes clearer. This answer gives enough detail with structure. This is what you must practice. Not too empty, not too crowded, clear and focused. Clarity also comes from using strong nouns. Weak nouns create weak meaning. If you say this thing, some stuff, or many things, your English becomes unclear. Strong nouns name the idea. Say method, strategy, habit, routine, challenge, result, solution, mistake, pattern, technique, skill, goal, progress. These words make your English sound more exact. For example, this thing is useful becomes this strategy is useful. I learned many things becomes I learned practical techniques. I have many problems becomes I have several speaking challenges. This helps my English becomes this routine improves my speaking confidence. Exact nouns create stronger sentences. Clarity also comes from strong verbs. Weak verbs often need extra words. Strong verbs carry meaning directly. Instead of make better, say improve. Instead of make stronger, say strengthen. Instead of make clear, say clarify. Instead of say an idea, say express an idea. Instead of get better, say improve. Instead of do practice, say practice. These verbs make your sentence cleaner. For example, I want to make my English better becomes I want to improve my English. I want to make my vocabulary stronger becomes I want to strengthen my vocabulary. This example makes the meaning clear becomes this example clarifies the meaning. These small upgrades make your English more powerful immediately. Powerful English is often the combination of clear nouns and strong verbs. Now let us build a strong sentence step by step. Weak sentence. English is good. This is too general. First, choose a clear noun. English speaking practice. Now choose a strong adjective. Essential. Sentence. English speaking practice is essential. Now add a reason. English speaking practice is essential because it trains your mouth to produce language. Now add an example. For example, repeating power words aloud helps them become active vocabulary. Now add a result. That is why daily speaking practice creates stronger English. Look how the sentence grew from weak to powerful. Weak sentence, this thing is bad. First, name the thing, too much translation. Choose stronger word, harmful. Sentence, too much translation can be harmful. Add reason, because it slows your sentence building. Add example. For example, when you translate every word, your brain cannot respond quickly. Add result. That is why learners need direct English patterns. Now the sentence is clear, strong, and useful. This is the method. Name it, strengthen it, explain it, prove it, finish it. If you train this method, your English will stop sounding random. Your words will have direction. Your ideas will have shape. Your sentences will have impact. Now, another reason learners confuse listeners is because they do not separate similar words. They may learn effective, efficient, practical, and useful, but use them randomly. To speak clearly, you must understand the difference. Useful means it helps. Effective means it gives results. Efficient means it saves time or energy. Practical means it can be used in real life. These words are close but not the same. If you say this routine is effective, you mean it works. If you say this routine is efficient, you mean it saves time or effort. If you say this routine is practical, you mean learners can use it easily in real life. If you say this routine is useful, you mean it helps. Knowing these differences makes your English clearer. Another example: important, essential, valuable, and critical. Important means it matters. Essential means it is necessary. Valuable means it has real worth or usefulness. Critical means extremely important, often in a serious situation. If you use them correctly, your English sounds strong. If you use them randomly, your English may sound unnatural. Power words become powerful only when you know their exact use. This is why you should not rush vocabulary. Learn fewer words deeply. Learn their meaning, feeling, natural partners, and example sentences. One deeply learned word is better than 10 words you cannot use correctly. The purpose of the English power words is not to fill your mind with random vocabulary. It is to train you to use better words with clarity. Now let us talk about clarity and self-expression. Many learners can describe external things, but they struggle to express their own thoughts. They say, "I cannot explain," but often they cannot explain because they do not have a structure. Use these frames. What I mean is, the main reason is, the best example is, the result is. In my experience, these frames help you express yourself clearly. For example, if you want to explain why your English sounds weak, you can say, "What I mean is, I know many simple words, but I do not know how to choose stronger words. The main reason is that I learned vocabulary by memorizing lists, not by using words in sentences. In my experience, words become useful only when I speak them aloud. That is why I need power word practice." This is clear, personal, and powerful. This type of speaking shows control. You are not just throwing words out, you are guiding your listener through your thought. Another powerful clarity habit is rephrasing. If your first sentence is unclear, do not panic. Say it another way. Use phrases like, "Let me explain it more clearly," "What I mean is," in other words, or "Let me say that again." These phrases are not weakness, they are control. Strong speakers use them to protect meaning. If you say something and feel it was confusing, continue. "Let me explain it more clearly. I mean that." Strong vocabulary helps learners express exact meaning. This is powerful because you did not stop. You repaired the sentence, you guided the listener back to the meaning. This is an important speaking skill. Mistakes do not destroy powerful English if you can repair them. Confusion does not last if you can clarify. A strong speaker is not someone who never speaks unclear sentences. A strong speaker is someone who can make the meaning clear again. Clarity also grows when you practice speaking about one idea in different ways. Take one sentence. Power words improve English. Now say it in different forms. Power words make English stronger. Power words help learners express meaning clearly. Power words upgrade simple sentences. Power words give your speaking more impact. Power words help your thoughts sound stronger. This exercise teaches flexibility. You are not memorizing one sentence. You are learning to express the same idea clearly in many ways. This is very useful because in real conversation, you may need to explain again. If someone does not understand your first sentence, you need another version. A flexible speaker can clarify. A rigid speaker freezes. Practice gives you flexibility. Another exercise is the simple to strong drill. Start with a basic sentence and make it clearer. Basic. This lesson is good. Stronger. This lesson is practical. Clearer. This lesson is practical because I can use the words in real conversation. Strongest. This lesson is practical because it teaches me how to replace weak words with stronger vocabulary I can use immediately. This drill trains clarity and power at the same time. Another basic sentence: I am bad at speaking. Stronger. My speaking needs improvement. Clearer. My main challenge is speaking without translating. Strongest. My main challenge is speaking without translating because my brain still builds sentences slowly. Notice how the stronger version protects confidence and gives exact meaning. Instead of attacking yourself, you identify the problem clearly. This matters because weak words can also hurt your mindset. If you always say, "My English is bad," you feel hopeless. But if you say, "My sentence speed needs improvement," you have a clear target. If you say, "My active vocabulary is limited," you know what to train. If you say, "I need more practice using power words," you have direction. Clear words do not only improve communication, they improve learning. Clarity gives you control. When you can name your problem clearly, you can train it. When you only say bad, you stay stuck in shame. This is why power words are not only for sounding smarter, they help you think better, learn better, and improve faster. Now let us apply clarity to English learning sentences. Weak: I want good English. Clear: I want fluent English. Stronger: I want clear and confident spoken English. Strongest: I want to speak English clearly and confidently so I can express my ideas without hesitation. This final sentence has exact meaning and purpose. Weak: vocabulary is good. Clear: vocabulary is useful. Stronger: active vocabulary is essential for speaking. Strongest: active vocabulary is essential because learners need words they can use quickly in real conversations. This sentence explains the point clearly. Weak: practice is important. Clear: daily practice is essential. Stronger: daily speaking practice is essential for fluency. Strongest: daily speaking practice is essential because it turns passive knowledge into active skill. This sentence carries power because it has a clear idea and a strong reason. This is the level you must train toward. You do not need to speak perfectly, but you should speak clearly. You do not need to use the hardest words, but you should choose the right words. You do not need to make every sentence long, but you should make every sentence meaningful. That is how your English becomes powerful. Now let us discuss the difference between weak clarity and strong clarity. Weak clarity means the listener understands only the basic idea. Strong clarity means the listener understands the exact meaning, reason, and feeling. If you say, "I need better English," weak clarity gives a general idea. If you say, "I need stronger vocabulary because my current words do not express my ideas clearly," strong clarity gives exact meaning. It tells the listener what you need and why you need it. Strong clarity creates impact because it removes uncertainty. This is why teachers, speakers, leaders, and confident communicators use clear language. They do not always use difficult words. They use exact words. They use structure. They use examples. They explain meaning. They guide the listener. They choose words that carry the message directly. As an English learner, you can train the same skill. You do not need native-level vocabulary to speak clearly. You need the habit of choosing exact words, organizing ideas, and giving reasons. This habit can make your English sound much stronger even at an intermediate level. Now here is your practice routine for clarity. Choose one weak sentence from your daily English. Do not choose a sentence from a textbook. Choose something you actually say. For example, "My English is not good." Now upgrade it. Ask, what exactly is not good? Maybe speaking. Maybe sentence speed, maybe vocabulary. Say, "My speaking is not fluent yet." Now make it stronger. "My main challenge is speaking smoothly without translating." Now add a reason. "Because my brain still depends on my first language." Now add a solution. "That is why I need to train English patterns and power words daily." Now your weak sentence has become a powerful spoken answer. Do this every day. Take one weak sentence, make it clear, make it exact, add reason, add example, add result. This one practice can change how you speak. Another clarity practice is the one idea only drill. Choose one idea and speak about it for 1 minute without jumping to other topics. If the idea is power words, stay on power words. Say what they are, why they matter, give examples, and explain the result. Do not suddenly jump to grammar, listening, pronunciation, and motivation unless they support the main idea. This trains focus. Focus is a hidden part of powerful English. A focused speaker sounds stronger than a speaker who jumps everywhere. Your English becomes powerful when your mind stays with one idea long enough to explain it clearly. Another practice is explain to a beginner. Take a power word like essential and explain it simply. Say essential means something is necessary. If something is essential, you cannot ignore it. For example, daily practice is essential for English fluency because your brain needs repetition. This practice trains clarity because you must make meaning easy. If you can explain a word simply, you understand it well. If you cannot explain it simply, you may only recognize it, not own it. This is why explaining words is powerful vocabulary training. Now, let us talk about clarity and confidence together. When your English is unclear, you feel nervous because you can see that people may not understand you. But when your words become clear, your confidence grows. Clear words give you control. Clear sentences make you feel organized. Clear examples make you feel prepared. This is why clarity is not only a language skill, it is a confidence skill. A learner who speaks with clarity does not need to sound perfect. They can still make mistakes, but the message survives. If the listener understands your meaning, communication continues. That success builds confidence. Every clear sentence is proof that your English works. This is why you should not chase difficult English before clear English. Clear English gives you the foundation to speak more. Speaking more gives you experience. Experience gives you confidence. Confidence gives you power. Difficult English without clarity only creates pressure. At the end of this chapter, remember this golden truth. The strongest English is the English that carries meaning clearly. Do not hide your thoughts behind confusing words. Do not make your sentences heavy just to sound advanced. Do not use big vocabulary when a clear word works better. Do not speak in circles when one direct sentence can express your point. Your goal is not to confuse people into thinking you are fluent. Your goal is to make people understand you with ease. From today, train clarity. Name the exact idea, choose the right word, use strong nouns, use strong verbs, remove unnecessary words, give reasons, give examples, use signpost phrases, pause after important points, speak with a steady voice. If your meaning is unclear, rephrase it. If your sentence is too crowded, break it. If your word is too general, upgrade it. This is how confusion becomes clarity. This is how basic English becomes strong English. This is how your speaking begins to sound confident, mature, and powerful. Because power is not in the hardest word. Power is in the right word. Power is not in the longest sentence. Power is in the clearest sentence. Power is not in sounding complicated. Power is in making your meaning impossible to miss. When your English becomes clear, your voice becomes stronger. When your voice becomes stronger, your confidence begins to rise. And when your confidence rises, you will no longer speak like someone hiding behind weak words. You will speak like someone who knows what they mean and has the language to express it. Chapter 4. Build powerful sentences with strong verbs. If you want your English to sound stronger quickly, do not only look for new adjectives. Look at your verbs because verbs are the engine of your sentence. A noun can name the idea, an adjective can describe the idea, but the verb gives the sentence movement. The verb tells people what is happening, what is changing, what is growing, what is improving, what is failing, what is creating results. If your verbs are weak, your whole sentence can sound weak even when your grammar is correct. Many English learners use the same basic verbs again and again. They say make, do, get, have, go, say, and use for almost everything. These verbs are not wrong. They are very common in English. But when you use them for every idea, your English begins to sound basic and flat because these verbs often do not carry enough exact meaning. Strong verbs can make one sentence sound cleaner, sharper, and more confident immediately. For example, a learner may say, "I want to make my English better." This sentence is understandable, but it sounds basic. A stronger sentence is, "I want to improve my English." The word improve does the job of make better in one clean verb. Now make it even stronger. I want to improve my speaking confidence so I can express my ideas clearly. This sentence has more power because the verb is strong, the goal is specific, and the meaning is clear. This is the first truth of this chapter. Powerful verbs reduce weak words. They remove unnecessary language and give your sentence direct strength. Instead of saying make something better, say improve. Instead of saying make something stronger, say strengthen. Instead of saying make something clear, say clarify. Instead of saying make something bigger, say expand. Instead of saying get better, say improve. Instead of saying say an idea, say express an idea, explain an idea, or clarify an idea, depending on your meaning. This small upgrade can change the sound of your English. Weak sentence. This practice makes my speaking better. Strong sentence. This practice improves my speaking. Stronger sentence. Daily speaking practice improves my fluency because it trains my mouth to use English naturally. Now the sentence feels more mature because the verb improves is direct and useful. Weak sentence, this habit makes my confidence strong. Strong sentence, this habit builds my confidence. Stronger sentence, this daily routine builds my confidence because it gives me repeated experience with English. The word builds gives the sentence a natural feeling of growth. Confidence is something you build step by step, not something you make in one moment. This is why strong verbs matter. They do not only sound better, they match the real meaning more accurately. Weak sentence, this example makes the meaning clear. Strong sentence, this example clarifies the meaning. Stronger sentence, this example clarifies the meaning by showing how one weak word can become a stronger sentence. The verb clarifies sounds clean and professional because it means makes clear. It gives your sentence more power without making it complicated. Many learners try to sound advanced by adding more words, but powerful English often comes from choosing one better verb. More words do not always mean more power. Sometimes more words create weakness. If you say, I am doing practice for the improvement of my speaking, the meaning is understandable, but the sentence is heavy. Say, I practice to improve my speaking. This is shorter, clearer, and stronger. Clean English often sounds more confident than crowded English. This is a major lesson for learners. Do not add extra words when one strong verb can do the job. For the improvement of becomes to improve. For the development of becomes to develop. For the reduction of becomes to reduce. For the explanation of becomes to explain. For the clarification of becomes to clarify. When you learn these strong verbs, your English becomes lighter and more powerful at the same time. Now let us focus on the verbs English learners need most. The first power verb is improve. This word is essential because English learning is about improvement. Instead of saying make better, use improve. Say, I want to improve my pronunciation. I want to improve my listening. I want to improve my sentence speed. I want to improve the way I express ideas. This verb is simple, natural, and powerful because it directly shows growth. But do not only use improve in one sentence, learn its natural combinations. Improve speaking, improve listening, improve pronunciation, improve vocabulary, improve fluency, improve confidence, improve accuracy, improve communication. These combinations will help your English sound natural. Do not say improve confidence every time if build confidence sounds more natural in that sentence. Learn which verb fits which noun. The second power verb is build. This verb is very important because many English skills grow step by step. You build confidence, you build fluency, you build habits, you build sentence patterns, you build vocabulary through use, you build speaking power with repetition. The word build gives your English a feeling of process, progress, and strength. Say, I am building confidence through daily speaking. I am building stronger English habits. This routine builds fluency because it trains the brain every day. Power words build stronger communication because they make meaning clearer. These sentences feel strong because they show that English is not magic, it is construction. You are building something inside your mind and mouth. The third power verb is develop. This word means to grow over time. It is useful when you talk about skills, ability, habits, and fluency. Say, I want to develop fluency. I want to develop stronger speaking habits. Daily reading helps develop vocabulary. Listening helps learners develop a natural sense of English rhythm. The word develop is powerful because it shows gradual growth, not instant change. There is a difference between build and develop. Build feels like creating something step by step with effort. Develop feels like growing something over time. Both are powerful, but they have different feelings. You build confidence, you develop fluency, you build a routine. You develop a skill. When you understand these differences, your English becomes more precise. The fourth power verb is strengthen. This means to make something stronger. It is useful for habits, skills, confidence, memory, and vocabulary. Say, repetition strengthens memory. Daily speaking strengthens confidence. Power word practice strengthens vocabulary. Clear examples strengthen communication. This verb gives your sentence a feeling of power because it shows that something is becoming stronger through training. Instead of saying, practice makes my English strong, say, practice strengthens my English. Instead of saying review makes my memory strong, say review strengthens my memory. This one change makes your English sound more mature. The fifth power verb is expand. This means to make something bigger or wider. It is very useful for vocabulary, knowledge, ideas, opportunities, and understanding. Say, I want to expand my vocabulary. Reading expands your knowledge. Power words expand your ability to express ideas. Learning word families expands your speaking options. This verb sounds stronger than make bigger and more natural than many basic phrases. But again, learn natural combinations. You expand vocabulary, expand knowledge, expand understanding, expand possibilities, expand opportunities. You do not usually say expand confidence, you build confidence, you strengthen confidence. This is why strong verbs must be learned with the nouns they naturally connect to. The sixth power verb is reduce. This means to make something less. It is useful for problems. You can reduce hesitation, reduce mistakes, reduce confusion, reduce fear, reduce pressure, reduce translation, and reduce stress. Say sentence frames reduce hesitation, clear word choice reduces confusion, daily practice reduces fear, power words reduce weak expression because they make your meaning exact. This verb gives your English a problem-solving sound. Instead of saying this method makes my hesitation less, say this method reduces my hesitation. Instead of saying examples make confusion less, say examples reduce confusion. Strong verbs make your sentence shorter and sharper. The seventh power verb is overcome. This means to defeat a difficulty. This is one of the most powerful verbs for learners because English learning includes fear, hesitation, embarrassment, and self-doubt. Say, I want to overcome my fear of speaking. I am learning to overcome hesitation. Daily practice helps me overcome nervousness. Power words help learners overcome weak expression. The word overcome carries emotional strength because it shows struggle and victory. Do not say, I want to remove my fear every time. Sometimes overcome fear is more natural and more powerful. It shows that the fear exists, but you are becoming stronger than it. The eighth power verb is express. This verb is central to powerful English because language is not only for giving information. Language is for expressing thoughts, emotions, opinions, needs, and identity. Say, I want to express my ideas clearly. Power words help me express emotions. Strong vocabulary allows learners to express deeper thoughts. I do not only want to speak English, I want to express myself in English. This verb gives your English emotional meaning. Many learners can speak, but they cannot express themselves. This is why express is a power verb. It tells the real goal. You are not learning English only to form correct sentences. You are learning English to express the person inside you. The ninth power verb is clarify. This means to make something clear. It is useful for explanations, examples, meaning, problems, and ideas. Say examples clarify meaning. Let me clarify my point. This sentence clarifies the difference between weak words and power words. A good teacher clarifies difficult ideas with simple examples. This verb is strong because it shows control and communication. If someone does not understand you, you can say, let me clarify. This sounds confident. It does not sound like panic. It shows that you can repair your communication. This is a powerful skill. The 10th power verb is transform. This means to change something deeply. Use it carefully because it is strong. Say, consistent practice can transform your English. Power words can transform simple sentences into stronger communication. A daily routine can transform passive vocabulary into active speaking. This verb creates big impact because it suggests deep change. Do not use transform for every small change. If something improves a little, say improve. If something changes deeply, say transform. Strong words become weak when you use them too much. Use them when the meaning is truly strong. Now understand this clearly. Power verbs do not work alone. They become stronger inside real sentence patterns. If you only memorize improve, develop, build, strengthen, expand, reduce, overcome, express, clarify, transform, that is not enough. You must speak them in sentences until they become active. You must train your mouth to use them naturally. Say these sentences aloud. I want to improve my speaking. I want to develop fluency. I want to build confidence. I want to strengthen my vocabulary. I want to expand my word choice. I want to reduce hesitation. I want to overcome my fear of mistakes. I want to express my ideas clearly. I want to clarify my meaning when people do not understand. I want to transform my simple English into powerful speaking. These sentences are not difficult, but they sound strong because the verbs carry purpose. Now let us compare weak and powerful versions. Weak version, I want to make my English good. Strong version, I want to improve my English. More powerful version, I want to improve my English so I can express my ideas with more clarity and confidence. Notice how one strong verb opens the door to a stronger sentence. Weak version, I want to have more confidence. Strong version, I want to build confidence. More powerful version, I want to build confidence by speaking English every day, even when my sentences are not perfect. The verb build makes the sentence active. You are not waiting for confidence, you are building it. Weak version, I want to learn more words. Strong version, I want to expand my vocabulary. More powerful version, I want to expand my vocabulary and activate power words in real speaking. This sentence is stronger because it shows both learning and use. Weak version, I want to stop being afraid. Strong version, I want to overcome my fear. More powerful version, I want to overcome my fear of speaking by practicing clear sentences every day. This sentence has power because it connects fear with action. Weak version, I want to say my ideas. Strong version, I want to express my ideas. More powerful version, I want to express my ideas clearly without depending on weak words. The sentence becomes more meaningful. This is how power verbs upgrade simple English. They make your sentence active, direct, and purposeful. Now let us talk about one of the biggest mistakes learners make with verbs. They use noun-heavy English when verb-based English would sound stronger. Noun-heavy English means using phrases like the improvement of, the development of, the reduction of, the clarification of, the expansion of. These phrases are not wrong, especially in formal writing, but in speaking they often sound heavy. Verb-based English is usually clearer. Instead of the improvement of vocabulary is important, say improving vocabulary is important. Better, you need to improve your vocabulary by using words in real sentences. Instead of the development of confidence takes time, say developing confidence takes time. Better, you develop confidence when you practice consistently. Instead of the reduction of hesitation is necessary, say you need to reduce hesitation. Better, sentence frames reduce hesitation by giving your mind a clear start. Verb-based English moves faster. It sounds more alive because the action is clear. Strong English feels alive because strong verbs create action. If your sentence is full of weak nouns and heavy phrases, it may feel like a stone. If your sentence uses strong verbs, it feels like movement. This is why Chapter 4 is called Build Powerful Sentences with Strong Verbs. The verb is the engine. If the engine is weak, the sentence moves slowly. If the engine is strong, the sentence moves with power. Now let us connect this to your speaking confidence. When you use strong verbs, you sound more active and more in control. If you say, I need English improvement, it sounds distant. If you say, I am improving my English every day, it sounds active. If you say confidence is needed, it sounds general. If you say, I am building confidence through daily speaking, it sounds personal and powerful. The active sentence shows action, ownership, and direction. This is important because English learners often speak about themselves in a weak way. They say, my English is bad, I have no confidence, I cannot speak, my vocabulary is weak. These sentences may express pain, but they do not create direction. Strong verbs can change your mindset. Say, I am improving my English. I am building confidence. I am expanding my vocabulary. I am reducing hesitation. I am overcoming fear. These sentences train your mind to see progress. Your words do not only describe your English, they shape your belief about your English. If you always use helpless language, you feel helpless. If you use action language, you begin to feel responsible and capable. This does not mean pretending, it means speaking about your journey with power. You can admit weakness without destroying confidence. Say, my speaking needs improvement and I am working on it. Say, my vocabulary is limited, but I am expanding it every day. Say, I still feel nervous, but I am building confidence through practice. This is honest and strong. Strong verbs turn problems into actions. Problem, I forget words. Action, I need to activate vocabulary. Problem, I speak slowly. Action, I need to reduce hesitation. Problem, I am afraid. Action, I am learning to overcome fear. Problem, My sentences are weak. Action. I am strengthening my sentence structure. This is how powerful English creates powerful thinking. Now let us explore strong verbs for communication. In real conversations, you often need verbs like explain, describe, suggest, mention, emphasize, clarify, respond, support, agree, disagree, compare, and summarize. These verbs help you speak more clearly about communication itself. Instead of saying, "He said the problem," say, "He explained the problem." Instead of saying, "She said a good idea," say, "She suggested a useful idea." Instead of saying, "The teacher said this point strongly," say, "The teacher emphasized this point." Instead of saying, "I said it again," say, "I clarified my point." Instead of saying, "Can you say it shortly?" say, "Can you summarize it?" These verbs make your English sound more mature. Learn these verbs inside sentences. Let me explain my point. Can you describe the problem? I suggest practicing power words daily. I want to emphasize one important idea. Let me clarify what I mean. I can respond more confidently now. This example supports my point. I agree with this method. I disagree with the idea that difficult words always sound better. Let me compare weak words and power words. Can you summarize the main lesson? These verbs are extremely useful because they help you control conversation. They make your English more organized. Strong verbs also help you in professional English. If you want to sound confident in work, interviews, study, or presentations, power verbs are essential. Instead of saying, "I did many tasks," say, "I managed several tasks." Instead of "I made a plan," say, "I created a plan." Instead of "I helped my team," say, "I supported my team." Instead of "I fixed a problem," say, "I solved a problem." Instead of "I worked with people," say, "I collaborated with people." Instead of "I gave work on time," say, "I delivered work on time." These verbs sound stronger because they show skill and responsibility. Manage, create, support, solve, collaborate, deliver, organize, lead, improve, achieve, complete, develop, analyze, prepare, present, communicate. These verbs are powerful for professional speaking because they show action clearly. For example, weak sentence, "I did a project." Strong sentence, "I completed a project." More powerful, "I completed a project that helped improve team communication." Weak sentence, "I helped in the meeting." Strong sentence, "I supported the meeting by explaining the main points clearly." Weak sentence, "I made a report." Strong sentence, "I prepared a report." More powerful, "I prepared a clear report that summarized the key results." This kind of English can change the way people hear you. You sound more capable because your verbs show capability. Now let us talk about verbs and sentence energy. Every sentence has energy. Some sentences feel passive and weak, some feel active and strong. Passive grammar is not always wrong, but learners often use weak passive thinking without realizing it. For example, "English improvement is needed" sounds distant. "I need to improve my English" sounds more direct. "Confidence is built by practice" is okay, but "practice builds confidence" is stronger and more active. Active sentences often sound more powerful because the action is clear. Who is doing what? What is changing? What is the result? Strong verbs answer these questions quickly. Weak, "A change in my English is happening." Strong, "My English is improving." Weak, "Mistakes are being made by me." Strong, "I make mistakes but I learn from them." Weak, "Confidence is something I need." Strong, "I am building confidence." Strong speaking usually sounds more alive because it uses active verbs. Now, sometimes passive voice is useful. You can say, "This word is used in formal situations." That is fine, but do not hide behind passive language when active language is clearer. If you want powerful speaking, use active verbs whenever they make the sentence stronger. Another powerful habit is using verbs with purpose phrases. Purpose phrases explain why you do the action. I practice to improve my fluency. I review words to activate vocabulary. I speak aloud to build confidence. I use examples to clarify meaning. I read daily to expand vocabulary. This structure is simple and strong. Action plus purpose. Practice this every day. Say, "I listen to English to improve pronunciation." I repeat sentences to strengthen memory. I record my voice to notice mistakes. I learn power words to express ideas clearly. I speak daily to overcome fear. These sentences sound powerful because they show action and reason together. Strong verbs become even stronger when connected to purpose. Now let us create a daily power verb routine. Choose 5 power verbs for the day. For example, improve, build, expand, reduce, express. Create 3 sentences for each verb. Improve, I want to improve my speaking. This practice improves my confidence. Examples, improve understanding. Build, I build confidence through repetition. Daily speaking builds fluency. Strong words build clearer meaning. Expand, reading expands vocabulary. Power words expand expression. Practice expands my speaking ability. Reduce, frames reduce hesitation. Clear words reduce confusion. Daily practice reduces fear. Express, I express my ideas clearly. Power words help me express emotions. I want to express myself naturally. Then speak a short paragraph using all 5 verbs. I want to improve my speaking by using power words every day. This routine helps me build confidence and expand my vocabulary. It also reduces hesitation because I know stronger words for my ideas. Most importantly, it helps me express myself clearly. This is strong, practical, and active. This routine can train your mouth to use strong verbs naturally. Another exercise is the weak to strong verb drill. Take a weak sentence and upgrade only the verb first. I want to make my English better. Upgrade, I want to improve my English. Then add purpose. I want to improve my English so I can speak with more confidence. Then add detail. I want to improve my English so I can express my ideas clearly in real conversations. This step-by-step upgrade is powerful because it teaches your brain how to build stronger sentences from basic thoughts. Another example, I want to get more words. Upgrade, I want to expand my vocabulary. Add purpose, I want to expand my vocabulary so I can express myself better. Add method, I want to expand my vocabulary by learning power words in real sentences. Now the sentence is stronger, clearer, and more useful. Another example, I want to stop fear. Upgrade, I want to overcome fear. Add detail, I want to overcome my fear of speaking. Add method, I want to overcome my fear of speaking by practicing aloud every day. Now you have a strong sentence with action and direction. This is how strong verbs create strong speaking. Now let us discuss the emotional effect of strong verbs. Words like improve, build, develop, strengthen, overcome, and transform give learners hope because they show movement. They remind you that your English is not fixed. It can improve, your confidence can build, your fluency can develop, your vocabulary can expand, your hesitation can reduce, your fear can be overcome, your speaking can transform. This matters because learners often get stuck in fixed language. They say, I am weak, I am not fluent, I cannot speak. These sentences feel final, but strong verbs open the future. I am improving, I am developing fluency, I am building confidence, I'm learning to speak clearly. These sentences create movement in your mind. The language you use about your learning journey should not bury you, it should guide you. Strong verbs are like commands to your brain. When you say, I am building confidence, your brain sees a process. When you say, I am overcoming fear, your brain sees courage. When you say, I am expanding vocabulary, your brain sees growth. This is not magic. It is mindset through language. The words you repeat become part of how you see yourself. This is why English power words are not only for speaking to others, they are for speaking to yourself. Use strong verbs in your self-talk. Say, I am improving, I am practicing, I am learning, I am building, I am strengthening, I am growing. These words help you continue. Now be careful with one thing. Do not use power verbs in unnatural combinations. This is a common learner mistake. For example, build pronunciation does not sound natural. Say improve pronunciation. Expand confidence is not the best choice. Say build confidence or strengthen confidence. Reduce vocabulary sounds like making vocabulary smaller, so it is usually not what you want. Say expand vocabulary. Overcome vocabulary does not work. Say overcome fear or overcome difficulty. This is why you must learn verbs with their natural partners. Strong verbs are powerful only when they fit. If they do not fit, the sentence sounds unnatural. The right verb creates power. The wrong verb creates confusion. Here are important natural combinations for English learners. improve speaking, improve pronunciation, improve accuracy, improve fluency, improve communication, build confidence, build habits, build vocabulary through use, build a routine, develop fluency, develop skills, develop a natural rhythm, strengthen memory, strengthen vocabulary, strengthen speaking habits, expand vocabulary, expand knowledge, expand ideas, reduce hesitation, reduce mistakes, reduce confusion, reduce fear, overcome hesitation, overcome self-doubt, express ideas, express emotions, express opinions, clarify meaning, clarify your point, clarify confusion, transform English, transform speaking, transform confidence. Repeat these combinations often. They will make your English more natural and powerful. Now let us put them into real speaking. I want to improve my pronunciation because clear pronunciation helps people understand me. I want to build confidence by speaking every day. I want to develop fluency through repetition and real practice. I want to strengthen my vocabulary by using power words and sentences. I want to expand my ideas so I can speak longer. I want to reduce hesitation when I answer questions. I want to overcome my fear of making mistakes. I want to express my thoughts without sounding weak. I want to clarify my meaning when my first sentence is unclear. I want to transform my English from basic to powerful. These sentences are golden because they teach you vocabulary, structure, confidence, and purpose at the same time. Strong verbs also help you create stronger explanations. If you want to explain why power words matter, you can say, power words strengthen your speaking because they make your meaning more exact. They reduce confusion because the listener understands your idea faster. They build confidence because you feel that your words match your thoughts. They transform simple English into stronger communication. This explanation sounds powerful because the verbs carry the message. Now compare a weak explanation. Power words are good because they make English better and help people understand things. This is understandable, but weak. Strong version. Power words are valuable because they strengthen your meaning, clarify your ideas, and help you express yourself with confidence. The difference is clear. Strong verbs create strong impact. This is why Chapter 4 is essential. If Chapter 2 taught you to replace weak words with strong meaning, Chapter 4 teaches you to make your sentences move with stronger action. A strong word can upgrade a sentence, but a strong verb can drive the whole sentence forward. At the end of this chapter, remember this golden truth. Verbs are the engine of English power. If your verbs are weak, your sentence may sound weak. If your verbs are strong, your sentence begins to move with confidence. Do not depend on make, do, get, and say for every idea. Learn verbs that carry action. Improve, build, develop, strengthen, expand, reduce, overcome, express, clarify, transform. Use them in real sentences, speak them aloud, learn their natural partners, connect them with purpose, use them to describe your English journey, use them to explain your ideas, use them to sound more confident, more direct, and more powerful. Your English does not need to be complicated to be strong. It needs active verbs, clear meaning, and confident delivery. When you choose the right verb, your sentence becomes sharper. When your sentence becomes sharper, your message becomes clearer. When your message becomes clearer, your voice becomes stronger. So from today, do not only ask, which word should I use? Ask, which verb gives this sentence power? Because the moment your verbs become stronger, your English starts moving with a new energy. And when your English moves with energy, people do not only hear your words, they feel your meaning. Chapter 5. Express emotions with strong and natural words. Many English learners can explain simple facts, but when it is time to express real feelings, their English suddenly becomes weak. They can say, I am happy, I am sad, I am angry, I am nervous, or I am tired, but these words often do not show the full meaning inside the heart. The feeling may be deep, but the word is too small. The emotion may be powerful, but the sentence sounds basic. This is why emotional vocabulary is one of the most important parts of powerful English. English is not only for giving information, English is for expressing who you are. It is for explaining your fear, your hope, your frustration, your confidence, your disappointment, your gratitude, your determination, and your growth. If you only know simple emotional words, your English may feel flat because your real inner world cannot come out clearly. You may have a strong feeling inside, but your vocabulary cannot carry it with the right power. This is a painful problem for many learners because they do not only want people to understand their words, they want people to understand their experience. They want to say, I am not just sad, I feel discouraged. They want to say, I am not just nervous, I feel anxious when I speak under pressure. They want to say, I am not just happy, I feel proud because I practiced even when I made mistakes. These small emotional upgrades make English sound more human, more mature, and more powerful. The first lesson of this chapter is simple. Weak emotional words hide strong feelings. Strong emotional words reveal them. For example, the word happy is useful, but happiness has many levels. If you feel happy because something exciting is coming, you can say excited. If you feel happy because you achieved something, you can say proud. If you feel happy because someone helped you, you can say grateful. If you feel peaceful and satisfied, you can say pleased. These words are not just replacements, they show different emotional meanings. If you say, I am happy, the listener understands a general feeling. But if you say, I feel proud because I spoke English today even though I was nervous, the sentence becomes more powerful. It tells a story, it shows effort, it shows courage, it shows why the feeling matters. That is strong English. Now look at the word sad. Sad is useful, but it is often too general. Sometimes you are not simply sad, you are disappointed because something did not happen as you hoped. You are discouraged because progress feels slow. You are hurt because someone's words affected you. You are upset because something disturbed your peace. You are heartbroken because the pain is deep. Each word carries a different emotional color. If you say, I am sad because my English is not good, your sentence is understandable, but it feels weak and general. Now upgrade it. I feel discouraged because I practice English, but my speaking still feels slow. This sentence is stronger because discouraged explains the emotional effect of slow progress. It sounds more real. It gives the listener a clearer picture of your struggle. Now take the word angry. Many learners use angry for every negative reaction, but anger has many levels. If something small bothers you, you may feel annoyed. If something keeps happening and you cannot fix it, you may feel frustrated. If something is extremely unfair or painful, you may feel furious. If something irritates you again and again, you may feel irritated. These words make your emotion more exact. For English learners, the word frustrated is very powerful. Many learners feel frustrated when they understand English but cannot speak. They feel frustrated when they know a word but forget it during conversation. They feel frustrated when they study grammar but cannot use it naturally. Instead of saying, I am angry because I cannot speak, say, I feel frustrated because I understand English, but my words do not come out quickly. This is clearer, stronger, and more honest. Now take the word nervous. Nervous is useful, but there are stronger emotional shades. If you feel fear before speaking, you may feel anxious. If you do not trust your ability, you may feel insecure. If the situation makes you uneasy, you may feel uncomfortable. If you feel that people are judging you, you may feel under pressure. These words help you explain the exact speaking problem. Instead of saying, I am nervous in English, say, I feel anxious when I speak with fluent people because I am afraid of making mistakes. Instead of saying, I am nervous about pronunciation, say, I feel insecure about my pronunciation because I do not know if people understand me clearly. Instead of saying, I am nervous in conversation, say, I feel under pressure when I need to answer quickly. These sentences sound stronger because they name the emotion and explain the situation. This is one of the biggest secrets of emotional English. Emotion plus reason creates power. Do not only say the feeling, explain why. I feel frustrated because, I feel proud because, I feel anxious when, I feel grateful because, I feel discouraged when, I feel determined because. This structure makes your English deeper and more natural. For example, I am confident is fine, but I feel confident when I can express my ideas clearly is stronger. I am afraid is fine, but I feel afraid when I speak in front of people because I worry about mistakes is stronger. I am happy is fine, but I feel proud because I practiced English today even when I did not feel ready is more powerful. A strong speaker does not only name emotions, a strong speaker explains emotions. This is important because real conversation is not only about facts. People connect through feelings. If your English cannot express feelings, your conversations stay shallow. You may answer questions, but people do not feel your personality. You may speak correctly, but your voice does not show your real experience. Emotional vocabulary gives your English life. Power words help your English sound alive because they carry human meaning. Words like frustrated, proud, grateful, anxious, determined, discouraged, overwhelmed, embarrassed, relieved, motivated, confident, insecure, inspired, disappointed, and hopeful allow you to show what is happening inside you. These words make your speaking more personal. Let us go deeper into the emotional words every learner should know. The word frustrated means you feel upset because something is difficult, slow, or not working the way you want. This is a common feeling in English learning. You can say, I feel frustrated when I forget simple words during conversation. I feel frustrated because I practice a lot, but my speaking still feels slow. Many learners feel frustrated when their English knowledge does not become speaking ability. This word is powerful because it explains the pain of effort without instant results. The word discouraged means you lose motivation or hope because progress feels difficult. You can say, I feel discouraged when I compare my English with fluent speakers. I feel discouraged when I make the same mistake again and again. Slow progress can make learners feel discouraged, but consistency can bring them back. This word is important because many learners do not simply feel sad, they feel like stopping. Discouraged expresses that feeling clearly. The word overwhelmed means something feels like too much to handle. This is very common when learners try to learn grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, listening, speaking, and confidence all at once. Say, I feel overwhelmed when I try to learn too many words in one day. Many learners feel overwhelmed because English has so many rules, exceptions, and expressions. The best way to reduce overwhelm is to practice one skill at a time. This word makes your English sound mature because it expresses mental pressure. The word embarrassed means you feel shame or discomfort because of something that happened, especially in front of others. Say, I feel embarrassed when I make mistakes in front of people. Some learners avoid speaking because they are afraid of feeling embarrassed. Mistakes may feel embarrassing, but they are part of real learning. This word is useful because embarrassment is one of the biggest reasons learners stay silent. The word anxious means worried, tense, or fearful about something that may happen. It is stronger and more specific than nervous in many situations. Say, I feel anxious before speaking English in a group. I feel anxious when someone asks me a question suddenly. Anxiety can make simple words disappear from the mind. This word helps you describe speaking fear clearly. The word insecure means you do not feel confident about yourself or your ability. Say, I feel insecure about my accent. I feel insecure when I compare my English with others. Many learners feel insecure because they think mistakes make them look weak. This word is powerful because it expresses a deeper confidence problem. The word proud means you feel good because of your effort, progress, or achievement. Say, I feel proud when I speak English even with mistakes. I am proud of my progress because I did not give up. A learner should feel proud of small improvements. This word is important because learners often focus only on mistakes and forget to recognize progress. The word grateful means thankful. Say, I am grateful for every chance to practice English. I feel grateful when someone corrects me kindly. Gratitude makes learning feel lighter. This word gives your English warmth and maturity. The word determined means you have made a strong decision to continue. Say, I am determined to improve my speaking. I am determined to build stronger vocabulary. A determined learner keeps practicing even when progress feels slow. This is one of the most powerful emotional words because it shows strength, discipline, and commitment. The word motivated means you feel ready and excited to take action. Say, I feel motivated after learning a useful method. Good progress keeps me motivated. Motivation helps you start, but routine helps you continue. This word helps you talk about energy and action. The word relieved means you feel better after stress, fear, or worry is gone. Say, I felt relieved when I realized that mistakes are normal. I felt relieved after I spoke English and people understood me. Learners feel relieved when they stop chasing perfection. This word is useful because it shows the emotional release after fear. The word hopeful means you believe something good can happen. Say, I feel hopeful because my English is improving slowly. I feel hopeful when I see small progress. A clear routine makes learners feel hopeful. This word gives your English a positive emotional direction. Now, do not only memorize these words, use them in powerful emotional sentence frames. For example, I feel frustrated when, I feel discouraged because, I feel overwhelmed by, I feel embarrassed when, I feel anxious about, I feel proud of, I feel grateful for, I am determined to, I feel motivated to, I felt relieved when, I feel hopeful because. These frames help you use emotional words naturally. A word alone is not enough. A word inside a sentence becomes expression. For example, do not only learn overwhelmed. Say, I feel overwhelmed when I try to memorize too many words without using them. Do not only learn determined. Say, I am determined to practice English every day until my words become stronger. Do not only learn proud. Say, I feel proud because I spoke English today even though I was afraid. These sentences make the words active. Now let us upgrade weak emotional sentences into powerful emotional English. Weak sentence, I am sad because my English is not good. Stronger, I feel discouraged because my speaking progress feels slow. Even stronger, I feel discouraged when I practice English but still struggle to express my ideas clearly. This sentence is more powerful because it explains the exact emotion and exact problem. Weak sentence, I am nervous when I speak. Stronger, I feel anxious when I speak English in front of others. Even stronger, I feel anxious when I speak English in front of others because I worry that my words will sound weak. Now the emotion has a reason. Weak sentence, I am happy because I learned English. Stronger, I feel proud because I learned new power words today. Even stronger, I feel proud because I used new power words in my own sentences instead of only memorizing them. This shows real progress. Weak sentence, I am angry because I forget words. Stronger, I feel frustrated when I forget words during conversation. Even stronger, I feel frustrated when I know a word while studying but cannot remember it when I need to speak. This is specific and human. Weak sentence, I am afraid of speaking. Stronger, I feel insecure when I speak English with fluent people. Even stronger, I feel insecure when I speak English with fluent people because I compare my simple words with their natural expression. This is emotional, exact, and powerful. Notice how every stronger sentence gives more truth. It does not only sound better, it explains better. This is why emotional power words matter. They help you stop speaking like a basic textbook and start speaking like a real person. When you can explain your feelings clearly, your English becomes more connected to your life. It stops feeling like school language and starts feeling like your own voice. Now let us talk about emotional confidence. Many learners damage their confidence with weak and negative self-talk. They say, my English is bad. I am not good. I cannot speak. I always make mistakes. These sentences are not only weak English, they are harmful thoughts. They train your brain to see English as failure. Power words can help you speak about your weakness without destroying yourself. Instead of saying, my English is bad, say, my speaking needs improvement. Instead of saying, I cannot speak, say, I am still building speaking confidence. Instead of saying, I always forget words, say, I need to activate my vocabulary through speaking practice. Instead of saying, I am afraid, say, I feel anxious, but I am determined to continue. This is not fake positivity. This is strong language. It tells the truth, but it gives direction. It admits the problem, but it does not kill hope. The sentence, my English is bad, closes the door. The sentence, my speaking needs improvement, opens the door. The sentence, I cannot speak, closes the door. The sentence, I am building speaking confidence, opens the door. The sentence, I am weak, closes the door. The sentence, I am developing stronger English, opens the door. Your emotional words can either weaken your identity or strengthen it. This is why the English Power Words is not only about sounding better to other people, it is also about speaking better to yourself. The words you repeat about yourself become part of your learning identity. If you keep saying weak sentences, your confidence becomes weak. If you use strong, honest, growth-focused sentences, your confidence begins to grow. Say, I feel frustrated, but I am not giving up. Say, I feel anxious, but I am practicing. Say, I feel discouraged today, but I know progress takes time. Say, I am proud of small steps. Say, I am determined to speak stronger English. These sentences are powerful because they combine emotion with courage. A strong English learner does not deny feelings. A strong English learner expresses feelings clearly and continues. Now let us talk about emotional balance. Sometimes learners use emotional words too strongly. They may say, I am depressed when they only mean I feel discouraged, or I am furious when they only mean I feel annoyed, or I am terrified when they mean I feel nervous. Strong words must match the real feeling. If you use words that are too strong for the situation, your English may sound unnatural or dramatic. If you use words that are too weak, your English may not show your real meaning. Powerful English means choosing the right emotional level. If the problem is small, say annoyed. If the problem is repeated and stressful, say frustrated. If the problem makes you lose hope, say discouraged. If the problem gives you fear before speaking, say anxious. If the problem makes you feel shame, say embarrassed. If the problem is too much for your mind, say overwhelmed. Each word has a level. Choose the level that fits. This is why emotional vocabulary requires feeling, not only definition. When you learn a word, ask, "When do I feel this?" If you can connect the word to a real moment in your life, you will remember it better and use it more naturally. For example, connect frustrated to the moment when you forget a word during conversation. Connect proud to the moment when you speak English despite mistakes. Connect overwhelmed to the moment when you try to learn too much at once. Connect determined to the moment when you decide not to quit. These personal connections make words active. Now, let us build emotional speaking with a simple structure: feeling, situation, reason, response. This structure helps you express emotions powerfully. Feeling, I feel frustrated. Situation, when I forget words during conversation. Reason, because I know them while studying, but they disappear when I speak. Response, that is why I need to practice using words aloud. Full answer, I feel frustrated when I forget words during conversation because I know them while studying, but they disappear when I speak. That is why I need to practice using words aloud. This is strong emotional English. Another example, feeling, I feel proud. Situation, when I speak English even with mistakes. Reason, because it means I am choosing progress over fear. Response, that is why I want to keep practicing every day. Full answer, I feel proud when I speak English even with mistakes because it means I am choosing progress over fear. That is why I want to keep practicing every day. This sentence is powerful because it has emotion and meaning. Another example, feeling, I feel anxious. Situation, when someone asks me a question suddenly. Reason, because I do not have time to prepare my sentence. Response, that is why I need to train quick response phrases. Full answer, I feel anxious when someone asks me a question suddenly because I do not have time to prepare my sentence. That is why I need to train quick response phrases. This is clear and useful. Use this structure every day. Feeling, situation, reason, response. It will make your emotional English stronger quickly. Now, emotional words are also important for storytelling. If you tell a story without feelings, the story sounds dry. If you add emotion, the story becomes alive. For example, weak story. I spoke English. I made mistakes. Then I practiced. Stronger story. The first time I tried to speak English, I felt anxious because I was afraid of making mistakes. When I forgot a simple word, I felt embarrassed. But after the conversation ended, I also felt proud because I did not stay silent. That moment made me determined to practice more. We saya veli depaisang buldas wiwatertris. This story sounds powerful because it includes emotional movement: anxious, embarrassed, proud, determined. It shows the human experience of learning. People connect with this kind of English because it is real. When you tell stories, ask yourself, what did I feel at each moment? At the beginning, maybe nervous. During the problem, frustrated. After success, proud or relieved. After learning the lesson, determined or hopeful. These emotions help your story flow naturally. Emotional vocabulary also helps you sound more mature in opinions. Instead of saying, mistakes are bad, say mistakes can feel embarrassing, but they are essential for improvement. Instead of saying, practice is good, say practice can feel challenging at first, but it builds confidence over time. Instead of saying, English is hard, say English can feel overwhelming when you try to learn everything at once, but it becomes manageable when you focus on one skill. These sentences are powerful because they show emotional understanding. You are not only giving facts, you are showing how learners feel. Strong speakers often understand emotions. They know that language is not only information, it is experience. If you can explain experience clearly, your English becomes deeper. Now let us talk about emotional word families. A word family helps you use the same idea in different sentence positions. For example, confidence, confident, confidently. Say, I want to build confidence. I feel confident when I practice. I want to speak confidently. This gives you flexibility. You can use the noun, adjective, and adverb. Another family, frustration, frustrated, frustrating. I feel frustration when my progress is slow. I feel frustrated when I forget words. It is frustrating to know English but not speak it quickly. These forms help you express the same emotion in different ways. Another family, motivation, motivated, motivating. Motivation helps me start. I feel motivated after seeing progress. This lesson is motivating because it gives me hope. Another family, determination, determined. Determination keeps me consistent. I am determined to improve. Another family, embarrassment, embarrassed, embarrassing. Embarrassment stops many learners. I feel embarrassed when I make mistakes. It can be embarrassing to forget simple words. Learning word families makes your emotional English stronger because you can express the same feeling in different sentence structures. Do not only learn one form of a word, learn how the word changes. Now let us connect emotional vocabulary with power verbs. This combination creates strong sentences. Instead of saying, I am nervous, say, I am building confidence even though I feel anxious. Instead of saying, I am sad, say, I am trying to overcome discouragement. Instead of saying, I am happy, say, I feel proud because I improved my speaking. Instead of saying, I am angry, say, I want to reduce frustration by practicing consistently. Power verbs plus emotional words make your English sound active and strong. You are not only describing emotion, you are responding to it. I feel anxious, but I am building confidence. I feel discouraged, but I am developing discipline. I feel frustrated, but I am improving through practice. These sentences show growth. This is the emotional language of a strong learner. Another powerful habit is replacing emotional exaggeration with emotional precision. Some learners say, I hate English, when they actually mean, I feel frustrated with my speaking progress. The second sentence is much healthier and clearer. I hate English makes the whole language sound like the enemy. I feel frustrated with my speaking progress identifies the real problem. Once the real problem is clear, you can fix it. Do not let weak emotional words create a false story about your learning. Be precise. If you are frustrated, say frustrated. If you are discouraged, say discouraged. If you are overwhelmed, say overwhelmed. If you are anxious, say anxious. If you are determined, say determined. Precision gives you power. Now let us build a daily emotional vocabulary routine. Choose one emotion each day, learn its meaning, learn its sentence frame, create 5 personal sentences, speak them aloud, then use the word in a short spoken paragraph. For example, today's word is frustrated. Sentences: I feel frustrated when I forget simple words. I feel frustrated because my speaking is slower than my thinking. It is frustrating to understand English but not answer quickly. Many learners feel frustrated when progress is slow. I can reduce frustration by practicing daily. Short paragraph. I feel frustrated when I understand English but cannot speak quickly. It is frustrating because I know the words but they disappear during conversation. That is why I need to activate my vocabulary through speaking practice. This is excellent training. Tomorrow's word is proud. Sentences: I feel proud when I practice every day. I am proud of my small progress. It feels good to be proud of effort, not only results. Learners should feel proud when they speak even with mistakes. I want to build habits that make me proud. Short paragraph. I feel proud when I speak English even with mistakes because it means I am choosing courage. I am proud of my effort because every sentence helps me grow. This trains positive emotional English. Another day, choose determined. Sentences: I am determined to improve my English. A determined learner does not quit after mistakes. I feel determined when I remember my goal. Determination helps me practice even when I feel tired. I am determined to speak stronger English. Short paragraph. I am determined to improve my English because I know my voice can become stronger. Even when I feel discouraged, I will continue practicing power words. This creates strong learner identity. This routine will make emotional vocabulary active and natural. Now let us discuss emotional vocabulary in real conversation. If someone asks, "How is your English learning going?" a weak answer is, "It is good." A stronger answer is, "It is challenging, but I feel motivated because I can see small progress." This answer gives emotion, balance, and meaning. If someone asks, "Do you feel confident speaking English?" a weak answer is, "No, I am nervous." A stronger answer is, I still feel anxious when I speak, but I am building confidence through daily practice. This answer sounds mature and hopeful. If someone asks, why do learners stop practicing? A weak answer is because English is hard. A stronger answer is, many learners stop because they feel discouraged when progress is slow, and they do not know how to turn frustration into a practice plan. This answer is more powerful because it explains emotional cause. Emotional vocabulary helps you answer deeper questions. It helps you talk about learning, confidence, fear, motivation, and growth with real meaning. Now remember, emotional words must be natural. Do not use too many strong emotional words in one sentence unless the situation truly needs it. If you say, I am devastated, furious, overwhelmed, and heartbroken because I forgot one word, it sounds too dramatic. Say, I felt embarrassed and frustrated when I forgot the word. That is more natural. Powerful English is not exaggerated English. Powerful English is accurate English. Strong words must be controlled. A strong speaker does not use the biggest emotional word every time. A strong speaker uses the right emotional word. If the feeling is small, use a small word. If the feeling is deep, use a deeper word. If the feeling is positive, choose the right positive word. If the feeling is negative, choose the exact negative word. This control makes your English sound mature. Now, at the end of this chapter, understand the golden truth. Your emotions deserve clear language. Do not let happy, sad, angry, and nervous carry every feeling in your life. Learn the words that match your real experience. Learn frustrated, discouraged, overwhelmed, embarrassed, anxious, insecure, proud, grateful, determined, motivated, relieved, hopeful. Use them in sentences, add reasons, add examples, add responses. When you express emotions clearly, your English becomes more than correct. It becomes real. You will no longer say, I am sad, when you mean, I feel discouraged because progress is slow. You will no longer say, I am nervous, when you mean, I feel anxious when I speak under pressure. You will no longer say, I am happy, when you mean, I feel proud because I practiced even with mistakes. You will no longer say, I am angry, when you mean, I feel frustrated because I know the answer but cannot express it quickly. This is emotional power. This is expressive English. This is how your voice becomes alive. From today, train emotional power words. Use them to describe your struggle. Use them to describe your progress. Use them to describe your courage. Use them to describe your hope. Use them not only to speak English, but to express yourself in English, because a powerful speaker is not someone who hides emotion behind basic words. A powerful speaker is someone who can say what they feel with clarity, honesty, and strength. And when your emotions become clearer in English, your whole voice becomes stronger. Chapter 6. Sound confident with strong speaking phrases. Many English learners do not sound weak because their English is completely wrong. They sound weak because the way they begin their sentences makes them sound unsure before the real idea even comes out. They may know the answer, they may have a good point, and they may understand the topic, but their speaking starts with hesitation, apology, doubt, and fear. They say, maybe I think, or I don't know but, or sorry, my English is bad, or I am not sure, maybe this is good. And before the listener even hears the idea, the learner has already made the idea sound weak. This is a serious problem because confidence in English is not only about vocabulary, it is also about the phrases you use to open your mouth, organize your ideas, explain your meaning, and continue after mistakes. Strong speaking phrases can make your English sound calm, clear, and controlled. Weak speaking phrases can make your English sound nervous, small, and uncertain, even when your grammar is correct. This chapter is about training the phrases that give your English confidence. A powerful English speaker does not always use difficult words. A powerful English speaker uses phrases that guide the listener and protect the message. They know how to begin an opinion, they know how to explain a reason, they know how to give an example, they know how to correct themselves. They know how to continue when the sentence is not perfect. This is why their English sounds stronger. They do not panic when speaking, they have speaking tools. The first weak habit you must remove is apologizing before you speak. Many learners begin with sorry, my English is not good, or sorry if I make mistakes, or sorry I cannot speak properly. This may feel polite, but it damages your confidence. It tells the listener to focus on your mistakes before you have even started. It makes you feel smaller. It makes your own mind believe that your English is a problem before your message has a chance to be heard. You do not need to apologize for learning. Instead of saying, "Sorry, my English is bad," say, "I am still learning, but let me try to explain." This sentence is honest but strong. It does not pretend you are perfect, but it does not attack your confidence. Instead of saying, "Sorry if I make mistakes," say, "Let me express my idea clearly." This sounds more mature. Instead of saying, "I cannot speak well," say, "I am building my speaking confidence." This changes your identity from a weak speaker to a growing speaker. This is very important because the words you use before speaking can either open your confidence or close it. If you begin by insulting your English, your confidence drops. If you begin with a calm phrase, your confidence has space to rise. The second weak habit is using too many uncertain phrases. Phrases like maybe, kind of, I don't know, and I am not sure are not always wrong. Sometimes they are natural, but if you use them in every sentence, your English sounds weak. You may have a clear idea, but you cover it with doubt. You say maybe practice is good when you could say practice is essential for improvement. You say, "I think maybe this method helps," when you could say, "I believe this method is effective because it gives learners a clear structure." Confidence does not mean arrogance. You can be polite and still sound strong. You can say, "I believe," instead of "maybe I think." You can say, "In my view," instead of "I don't know, maybe." You can say, "From my experience," instead of hiding behind hesitation. These phrases make your English sound more controlled. Use confident opinion phrases like "I believe," "In my view," "From my experience," "The way I see it," "My main point is," and "I would say." These phrases help you begin with strength. For example, instead of saying, "Maybe vocabulary is important," say, "I believe strong vocabulary is important because it helps learners express exact meaning." Instead of saying, "I don't know, maybe practice helps," say, "From my experience, daily practice helps because it makes English more active." Instead of saying, "Maybe this word is better," say, "In my view, this word is stronger because it gives a clearer meaning." These phrases are simple, but they change the energy of your speaking. The third strong speaking tool is explanation phrases. Many learners give an opinion, but then they stop. They say, "Power words are important," and then silence comes. A strong speaker continues with explanation. They use phrases like, "The reason is," "This means that," "What I mean is," in other words, "The main idea is," and "Let me explain why." These phrases help your speaking become clear and organized. For example, you can say, "Power words are important. The reason is that they make your meaning more exact." In other words, they help people understand not only your sentence, but your real idea. This sounds strong because your idea has support. You are not only making a statement, you are explaining it. If you say weak words make English sound basic, continue with "What I mean is." Words like good, bad, thing, and very are useful, but they become weak when you use them for every idea. Now the listener understands your meaning. If you say strong verbs are powerful, continue with "The reason is that verbs create movement in a sentence." This creates a strong explanation. A confident speaker does not throw ideas and run away. A confident speaker explains. The fourth tool is emphasis phrases. These phrases help you show what matters most. They make your English sound more powerful because they guide the listener's attention. Use phrases like, "The most important thing is," "The key point is," "The real problem is," "The biggest mistake is," "The main lesson is," and "What truly matters is." For example, instead of saying vocabulary is important, say the key point is that vocabulary must become active, not only memorized. Instead of saying learners make mistakes, say the biggest mistake is learning new words without using them in real sentences. Instead of saying English needs practice, say the most important thing is daily practice because repetition turns words into speaking power. These phrases add weight to your speech. They tell the listener, pay attention, this idea matters. This is how strong speakers create impact. The fifth tool is contrast phrases. Powerful English often becomes stronger when you show the difference between two ideas. Use phrases like, the difference is, but the truth is, on the other hand, at the same time, instead of, and not only, but also. These phrases help you sound more mature because real thinking often compares, contrasts, and balances ideas. For example, you can say, many learners think powerful English means difficult English, but the truth is powerful English means clear English. This sentence is strong because it corrects a false belief. You can say, instead of memorizing random words, learn words inside real sentences. This sounds direct and useful. You can say, grammar gives your sentence structure, but word choice gives your sentence power. This contrast makes the idea memorable. Contrast creates power because it shows the listener what to stop doing and what to start doing. The sixth tool is example phrases. Examples make your English stronger because they turn ideas into something real. Without examples, your speech may sound general. With examples, your speech becomes clear. Use phrases like, for example. For instance, a good example is, let me give you an example. You can see this when, and this happens when. For example, if you say, weak words make your English unclear, add, for example, if you say, this thing is good, the listener does not know whether you mean a method, a habit, a strategy, or a result. Now the idea becomes visible. If you say, strong verbs make sentences better, add, for instance, improve is stronger than make better, and clarify is stronger than make clear. Now the listener understands the lesson. Examples are not extra decoration. Examples are proof. They prove your point and make your English easier to follow. The seventh tool is result phrases. These phrases help you finish ideas with meaning. Many learners speak, but they do not finish strongly. They explain something and then the sentence just stops. Strong speakers use result phrases like, that is why, as a result, this leads to, this creates, this helps, and this is what makes. For example, you can say, when you replace weak words with stronger words, your meaning becomes clearer. That is why power words can change the way people hear your English. This ending feels complete. You can say, if you practice strong phrases every day, your mouth becomes more comfortable with confident English. As a result, you start speaking with more control. This gives the idea a strong finish. A confident speaker does not only begin well. A confident speaker finishes with meaning. The eighth tool is repair phrases. This is one of the most important tools for real speaking because no learner speaks perfectly all the time. You will make mistakes, you will forget words, you will say something unclear. The problem is not the mistake, the problem is stopping after the mistake. Strong speakers know how to repair the sentence and continue. Use repair phrases like, let me say that again. What I mean is, let me explain it another way. The better word is, let me rephrase that. I mean, to be more exact, and let me clarify my point. These phrases protect your confidence during mistakes. For example, if you say, this method is very good, and then you realize you want a stronger word, say, the better word is effective. This method is effective because it helps learners use vocabulary in real sentences. That is powerful. You did not stop. You upgraded your sentence while speaking. If your sentence becomes confusing, say, let me explain it another way. Then use simpler English. This is not weakness, this is control. Fluent speakers do this too. They clarify, rephrase, and continue. The ability to repair your speech is a sign of speaking strength. Confidence is not speaking without mistakes. Confidence is continuing after mistakes. The ninth tool is polite disagreement phrases. Strong English does not mean aggressive English. Sometimes you need to disagree, but you must do it clearly and respectfully. Use phrases like, I understand your point, but, I see what you mean, but, I agree with part of that, but, I look at it differently, and from my perspective. For example, instead of saying, you are wrong, say, I understand your point, but I think daily speaking practice is more important than memorizing long vocabulary lists. This sounds mature. Instead of saying, no, this is not good, say, I see what you mean, but I believe this method is not effective for speaking because it is too passive. This is confident and respectful. Strong speaking is not rude. Strong speaking is clear. The 10th tool is confident self-correction. Many learners feel ashamed when they correct themselves, but self-correction can sound very strong if you do it calmly. Say, let me correct that. I should say, the better way to say it is, actually, I mean, for example, I want to make my English better. Let me correct that. I want to improve my English. This is excellent because you are learning in real time. You are not hiding the mistake, you are upgrading it. This habit is powerful because it trains your mind to see mistakes as part of speaking, not the end of speaking. Every correction becomes a small lesson. Now let us build a strong answer using these phrases. Question: why are power words important? Weak answer: power words are good because they help English. Strong answer: I believe power words are important because they make your meaning more exact. The reason is that many learners use general words like good, bad, and thing too often. For example, instead of saying this method is good, you can say this method is effective because it gives real results. That is why better word choice can make your English sound clearer and more confident. This answer is strong because it uses opinion, reason, example, and result. It is organized, it is clear, it sounds confident. Now another strong answer. Question: why do learners sound weak in English? Weak answer: because they don't know words. Strong answer: in my view, many learners sound weak because they use words that are too general. The real problem is not always grammar. The real problem is unclear word choice. For example, if a learner says, "I learned many things," the sentence is correct, but it sounds vague. A stronger sentence is, "I learned practical speaking techniques." This is what makes the meaning clearer. Again, the answer is not full of difficult vocabulary, but it is powerful because the phrases guide the listener. Now another answer. Question: how can I speak more confidently? Strong answer. The key point is to use confident phrases before fear takes control. Instead of starting with "sorry, my English is bad," you can say, "I am still learning, but let me explain my idea." The reason this matters is simple. Your opening phrase affects your confidence. If you begin with weakness, your mind feels weak. If you begin with a strong phrase, your mind feels more prepared. That is why confident speaking phrases are essential. This is the kind of English you must train. Now let us talk about weak openings and strong openings. A weak opening says, "maybe I think." A strong opening says, "I believe." A weak opening says, "I don't know, but." A strong opening says, "from my experience." A weak opening says, "sorry, my English is bad." A strong opening says, "let me try to explain clearly." A weak opening says, "this is just my opinion." A strong opening says, "in my view." A weak opening hides the idea. A strong opening gives the idea a place to stand. Your opening phrase is like the front door of your sentence. If the door is weak, the sentence enters weakly. If the door is strong, the idea enters with confidence. This does not mean you must always sound certain about everything. Sometimes you are not sure, and it is okay to say that, but even uncertainty can sound strong if you express it clearly. Instead of saying, "maybe I don't know," say, "I am not completely sure, but my understanding is." Instead of saying, "I don't know anything," say, "I need to learn more about this, but I think." This sounds honest and mature. Strong English does not mean pretending. Strong English means expressing truth clearly. Now let us discuss how strong phrases help during real conversations. Real conversations move quickly. You do not always have time to prepare perfect sentences. Strong phrases give your brain ready roads. When someone asks your opinion, use "I believe" or "in my view." When someone asks why, use "the reason is." When you need an example, use "for example." When you need to correct yourself, use "let me rephrase that." When your mind goes blank, use "what I mean is." These phrases keep your English moving. Many learners freeze because they do not have speaking bridges. They have words, but no bridges between ideas. Strong speaking phrases are those bridges. They connect thought to thought. They connect mistake to correction. They connect opinion to explanation. They connect fear to confidence. For example, if your mind becomes blank after one sentence, say, "what I mean is." This gives your brain time and continues the conversation. If your sentence sounds weak, say, "to be more exact," and upgrade it. If you need to finish, say, "that is why," and complete the idea. These phrases are small, but they can save your speaking. Now let us create a confident phrase routine. Every day, choose 5 phrases and use them in your own sentences. Do not only read them, speak them aloud. Day 1 phrases: I believe, the reason is. For example, that is why. Let me explain it another way. Practice. I believe power words are essential. The reason is they make meaning clearer. For example, effective is stronger than good when you talk about results. That is why learners should practice stronger vocabulary. Let me explain it another way. Better words make better communication. Day 2 phrases: from my experience. The key point is, in other words, this leads to. Let me clarify my point. Practice. From my experience. Vocabulary becomes useful only when I use it in sentences. The key point is that words must become active. In other words, memorizing is not enough. This leads to stronger speaking confidence. Let me clarify my point. Active vocabulary is vocabulary you can actually speak. Day 3 phrases. I understand your point, but at the same time, the main problem is, a good example is, the better word is, practice. I understand your point, but I believe difficult words are not always powerful. At the same time, weak words can make English sound basic. The main problem is unclear word choice. A good example is the word good. The better word may be effective, practical, or valuable, depending on meaning. This kind of practice trains confident speaking style. Now, do not make the mistake of learning phrases only as decoration. These phrases have jobs. I believe gives opinion. The reason is gives explanation. For example, gives proof. That is why gives result. Let me rephrase that, repairs mistakes. The key point is creates emphasis. In other words, clarifies meaning. At the same time, adds balance. When you understand the job of each phrase, you can use it naturally. A strong speaker does not randomly use phrases. A strong speaker chooses the phrase that fits the speaking moment. Now let us look at how confident phrases can upgrade weak answers. Weak answer, vocabulary is good. Upgrade, I believe vocabulary is essential because it helps learners express exact meaning. Stronger, I believe active vocabulary is essential because learners need words they can use in real conversations, not only words they recognize in books. This is powerful because it starts confidently and explains clearly. Weak answer, I am bad at English. Upgrade, my speaking needs improvement, but I am building confidence through daily practice. Stronger, my speaking still needs improvement, but I am developing stronger vocabulary and practicing daily so I can express my ideas more clearly. This sentence protects confidence and gives direction. Weak answer, this word is better. Upgrade, this word is stronger because it gives a more exact meaning. Stronger, the better word is effective because it shows that the method produces real results, not just that it is generally good. This explanation is clear and strong. Strong phrases help your English become more complete. Now let us talk about emotional confidence in speaking. Many learners know English, but they feel nervous because they do not trust their ability to recover from mistakes. They think, if I make one mistake, everything will be finished. This fear makes their English weak. Repair phrases remove this fear. If you know how to continue after a mistake, speaking becomes less scary. Practice these repair sentences. Let me say that again. What I mean is, the better way to say it is, let me explain it more clearly. I mean, to be more exact, let me rephrase that. Say them aloud until they feel natural. These phrases are like safety tools. They give you confidence because you know you can fix your sentence. For example, you start saying, this method is good. Then you stop and say, to be more exact, this method is effective because it gives learners clear practice. This is not failure, this is strong self-correction. It shows that your English is alive and improving. Another example, I am boring. Sorry, I mean I am bored. This is useful, but you can make it smoother. Let me correct that. I feel bored, not boring. Now you have corrected yourself clearly. The listener understands, and you continue. That is confidence. Strong speakers do not fear correction. They use correction. Now, confident phrases also help you sound more organized in longer speaking. If you want to speak for 1 minute, 2 minutes, or longer, you need phrases that structure your speech. Start with the topic I want to talk about is, then use the first point is. Another important point is, a good example is, the main lesson is, and to finish my point. These phrases help you speak longer without getting lost. For example, the topic I want to talk about is weak English. The first point is that weak English often comes from general words. Another important point is that strong verbs make sentences more active. A good example is the verb improve, which is stronger than make better. The main lesson is that better word choice creates clearer communication. This sounds organized and confident. You can use this in videos, presentations, classroom speaking, interviews, and self-practice. Structure gives confidence because your mind knows what comes next. Now let us discuss polite confidence. Some learners think confidence means speaking loudly or aggressively. That is not true. Real confidence can be calm. You can speak softly and still sound strong if your words are clear and your phrases are organized. You can be respectful and still express your opinion. You can say, "I see your point, but I have a different view." This is confident and polite. You do not need to attack people to sound strong. Powerful English should not make you rude. It should make you clear. If you want to disagree, use calm phrases. "I understand your point, but," "I respect that view, but," "I look at it differently because," "From my perspective." These phrases help you speak with maturity. They are useful in real life because conversations often include different opinions. For example, "I understand your point, but I believe memorizing words without using them is not enough." This sentence sounds respectful and strong. "I look at it differently because I think vocabulary must become active through speaking practice." This sentence gives your view clearly. This is how strong English builds respect. Now, another powerful speaking phrase is, "What I have learned is." This phrase helps you speak from experience. For example, "What I have learned is that strong vocabulary must be practiced in real sentences." This sounds more personal and confident than just saying vocabulary is important. Another phrase is, "One thing I noticed is." For example, "One thing I noticed is that my English sounds stronger when I use exact words." This helps you share personal observations naturally. Experience phrases make your English more believable because they come from your life. Use phrases like, "In my experience, one thing I noticed is," "What helped me was," "What I have learned is," "I used to think but now I understand." These phrases make your English sound reflective and mature. They help you speak about growth. For example, "I used to think powerful English meant difficult words, but now I understand that powerful English means clear words." This sentence is powerful because it shows a change in thinking. "What helped me was replacing weak words with stronger, more specific words." This sounds practical. "One thing I noticed is that simple words can be powerful when they are exact." This sounds thoughtful. Now let us talk about ending phrases. Many learners start well but end weakly. They finish with "and yeah," or "that's it," or they simply stop. A strong ending makes your answer feel complete. Use phrases like, "That is my main point," "That is why this matters," "The main lesson is," "So the key idea is," "That is what makes it powerful," "This is why I believe." These phrases finish your thought with confidence. For example, after explaining power words, you can say, "So the key idea is simple, do not use weak words for strong thoughts. This ending has impact." Or say, "That is why word choice matters so much in English speaking. This ending gives meaning." Or say, "The main lesson is that clarity creates power. This is short and strong." A strong ending helps people remember your message. Now practice building a complete, confident answer with opening, explanation, example, repair, and ending. Question: how can learners stop weak English? Answer: I believe learners can stop weak English by replacing general words with more exact words. The reason is that general words often hide the real meaning. For example, instead of saying "this method is good," learners can say "this method is effective because it gives real results." To be more exact, the goal is not to use difficult words. The goal is to use the right word for the right meaning. That is why power words are so valuable. This answer uses confident opening, reason, example, clarification, and strong ending. This is the speaking style you must train. Now another complete answer. Question: why do learners lack confidence? Answer: from my experience, many learners lack confidence because they focus too much on mistakes and not enough on communication. The main problem is that they apologize before speaking and make their own English sound weak. For example, they say, "Sorry, my English is bad," instead of saying, "I am still learning, but let me explain." This small change matters because your opening phrase affects your confidence. The key point is that you should speak honestly but not attack yourself. This answer is strong, clear, and helpful. Now your daily practice for this chapter is simple. Choose one confident phrase and use it 10 times with different ideas. For example, phrase, "I believe," say, "I believe practice is essential." "I believe power words improve speaking." I believe clarity is more important than complexity. I believe mistakes are part of learning. I believe daily routine builds confidence. This trains confident openings. Next day, choose the reason is. Say the reason is simple. The reason is that words carry meaning. The reason is that learners need active vocabulary. The reason is that speaking requires confidence. This trains explanation. Next day, choose let me clarify. Say let me clarify my point. Let me clarify the meaning. Let me clarify the difference. Let me clarify why this matters. This trains repair and control. After 1 week, you will feel that your English has more structure. After 1 month, these phrases will begin to appear more naturally when you speak. This is how speaking confidence is built. Phrase by phrase, sentence by sentence, repetition by repetition. At the end of this chapter, remember this golden truth. Confidence is not only what you feel, confidence is also how you speak. If your phrases are weak, your confidence feels weak. If your phrases are strong, your confidence has something to stand on. You do not need perfect English to use confident phrases. You need practice. You need repetition. You need the courage to stop apologizing for your English and start guiding your meaning. From today, stop opening every sentence with fear. Stop saying sorry before every idea. Stop hiding behind maybe when your point is clear. Start with I believe, explain with the reason is, prove with for example, clarify with what I mean is, repair with let me rephrase that, finish with that is why. These phrases are not small. They are speaking power tools. They help you sound calm. They help you sound organized. They help you survive mistakes. They help you continue when your mind feels pressure. They help your English move with confidence. And when your speaking phrases become stronger, your voice begins to change. You stop sounding like someone asking permission to speak. You begin sounding like someone who has a message, a meaning, and the courage to express it clearly. Chapter 7, The Daily Power Words Routine. If you want your English to stop sounding weak, you cannot only read strong words once and expect them to appear in real conversation. A word does not become powerful in your speaking just because you saw it in a list. A word becomes powerful when your mind understands it, your mouth repeats it, your sentences carry it, and your real conversations begin to use it naturally. This is why the final chapter of the English Power Words is not only about learning vocabulary, it is about building a daily routine that turns stronger words into your active English voice. Many learners fail with vocabulary because they treat words like decorations. They collect beautiful words in a notebook, save them in their phone, highlight them in a book, and feel happy because the list looks impressive. But when it is time to speak, those words do not come out. The learner still says good, bad, thing, very, and nice because those words are active, familiar, and easy for the brain. The stronger words are sitting quietly in memory, but they are not trained enough to come out of the mouth. This is the difference between passive vocabulary and active vocabulary. Passive vocabulary is the vocabulary you can understand when you hear it or read it. Active vocabulary is the vocabulary you can use when you speak. Many English learners have a large passive vocabulary but a small active vocabulary. They understand many strong words, but they still speak with weak words. This is why they feel confused. They think, I know this word, so why can't I use it? The answer is simple. Knowing a word is not the same as owning a word. You own a word when you can use it naturally, quickly, and correctly in your own sentence. You own the word effective when you can say, this method is effective because it gives real results. You own the word essential when you can say daily speaking practice is essential for fluency. You own the word frustrated when you can say I feel frustrated when I forget simple words during conversation. You own the word clarify when you can say let me clarify my point. Until a word can move through your own sentences, it is not fully yours yet. This is why you need a daily power words routine, not a random routine. Not a routine where you memorize 20 words and forget them tomorrow. Not a routine where you copy vocabulary but never speak it aloud. You need a routine that takes weak words from your daily English and upgrades them into strong, clear, natural words that you can actually use. The goal is not to learn words for decoration. The goal is to build words into your speaking identity. The first rule of the daily routine is this: start with the weak words you already use too much. Do not begin with rare advanced vocabulary that you may never use. Begin with the words that already appear in your speaking every day. If you always say good, train stronger alternatives like useful, effective, practical, valuable, powerful, impressive, clear, and helpful. If you always say bad, train harmful, serious, confusing, weak, dangerous, painful, damaging, and negative. If you always say very important, train essential, necessary, critical, valuable, and meaningful. If you always say thing, train method, habit, strategy, technique, routine, challenge, mistake, results, solution, reason, pattern, and tool. This is the smartest way to upgrade your English because these are the exact places where your speech is weak. You are not adding random words to your mind, you are replacing weak words that are already active. When you replace an active weak word with a strong useful word, your English improves immediately. Your sentence changes, your meaning changes, your confidence changes. This is why power word training must begin with your own speaking habits. Every day, choose one weak word and make it your target. Do not choose 10 weak words at once. Too many targets create confusion. One weak word per day is enough if you train it deeply. For example, today your target word is good. Your job is not only to memorize better words. Your job is to understand the difference between them and use them in real sentences. Useful means something helps you. Effective means something gives results. Practical means something can be used in real life. Valuable means something has real worth. Powerful means something creates strong effect. Impressive means something makes people notice or respect it. Now you must speak these words in sentences. Say, this method is useful because it helps learners practice daily. Say, this routine is effective because it builds active vocabulary. Say, this lesson is practical because I can use the words immediately. Say, this habit is valuable because it improves my speaking confidence. Say, this idea is powerful because it changes how I think about English. Say, his progress is impressive because he practices consistently. These sentences make the words alive. The second rule is this: never learn a power word without a sentence. A word alone is weak training. A sentence is strong training. If you write essential in your notebook, that is only the beginning. You must say, daily practice is essential. Then make it stronger. Daily practice is essential because fluency grows through repetition. Then make it personal. Daily practice is essential for me because my words become stronger when I use them every day. Now the word is not floating alone. It is connected to meaning, reason, and your life. This is how vocabulary becomes active. Every power word needs a sentence home. If the word has no sentence home, it may stay trapped in passive memory. If the word lives inside sentences, your brain begins to understand how to use it. This is why the daily routine must always include sentence creation. Do not only read, do not only copy, create sentences, speak sentences, repeat sentences, upgrade sentences. The third rule is this: speak the words aloud, because silent vocabulary does not create speaking power. Many learners practice vocabulary only with their eyes. They read the word, read the meaning, maybe write it once, and then close the notebook. But speaking is not an eye skill. Speaking is a mouth skill, a voice skill, a rhythm skill, and a confidence skill. Your mouth must practice the word. Your voice must hear the word. Your brain must connect the word with sound. If you never speak the word aloud, it may not come when you need it. Say your power words clearly. Say effective until your mouth feels comfortable. Say essential until it does not feel strange. Say harmful until it feels natural. Say frustrated until you can use it in emotional sentences. Say clarify until you can say, let me clarify my point, without hesitation. The more your mouth repeats a word in real sentences, the more likely it is to appear during conversation. The fourth rule is this: use power words in short spoken paragraphs, not only single sentences. Single sentences are important, but real speaking needs flow. After you create 5 sentences with a power word, speak a short paragraph using that word naturally. For example, if today's word is effective, say, I believe daily speaking practice is effective because it turns passive vocabulary into active vocabulary. Many learners know strong words, but they do not use them in real sentences. That is why their speaking still sounds basic. An effective routine should make learners speak new words aloud every day. This paragraph trains fluency, not only vocabulary. If today's word is harmful, say, too much translation can be harmful for English speaking because it trains the brain to depend on the first language. When learners translate every sentence, their English becomes slow and unnatural. That is why they need direct English patterns and power words that help them express meaning faster. Now the word harmful has meaning, context, and power. If today's word is determined, say, I am determined to improve my English because I do not want my thoughts to stay trapped behind weak words. Even if I make mistakes, I will keep practicing. A determined learner does not stop because of one bad day. A determined learner builds strong habits. This kind of speaking makes the word part of your identity. The fifth rule is this: review yesterday's words before learning today's words. Most learners forget vocabulary because they keep chasing new words without reviewing old ones. New words feel exciting, but old words become powerful only through repetition. If you learned effective yesterday, use it again today. If you learned essential 2 days ago, speak it again. If you learned frustrated last week, bring it back into a sentence. Review is not boring. Review is how passive words become active words. A word you see once is a visitor. A word you use many times becomes part of your house. You want power words to live inside your English, not visit your notebook for one day. Review keeps them alive. Every day before learning a new word, speak 3 sentences using old power words. This simple habit will protect your vocabulary from disappearing. The sixth rule is this: learn word families, because one word can give you many speaking options. If you learn confident, do not stop there. Learn confidence and confidently. Say, I want to build confidence. Say, I feel confident when I practice daily. Say, I want to speak confidently in real conversations. Now you can use the same idea as a noun, adjective, and adverb. This gives your English flexibility. If you learn clear, learn clarity and clearly. Say, my goal is clarity. Say, this explanation is clear. Say, I want to speak clearly. If you learn frustrated, learn frustration and frustrating. Say, I feel frustrated. Say, this situation is frustrating. Say, frustration is normal when progress feels slow. If you learn motivate, learn motivation, motivated, and motivating. Say, motivation helps me start. Say, I feel motivated today. Say, this lesson is motivating because it gives me hope. Word families make your English stronger because they allow you to use the same root in different sentences. Many learners know one form of a word but cannot use it in other forms. This limits speaking. A power word routine must train word families so your vocabulary becomes flexible. The seventh rule is this: learn natural word combinations, because English words do not live alone. Words often have partners. You build confidence, you develop fluency, you improve pronunciation, you expand vocabulary, you reduce hesitation, you overcome fear, you express ideas, you clarify meaning, you strengthen habits, you achieve progress. These combinations make your English sound natural and strong. If you learn the word confidence, learn build confidence, gain confidence, lose confidence, speak with confidence, confidence grows, confidence drops. If you learn vocabulary, learn expand vocabulary, activate vocabulary, use vocabulary in context, strengthen vocabulary, forget vocabulary, review vocabulary. If you learn mistake, learn make a mistake, correct a mistake, learn from mistakes, avoid common mistakes. These combinations are powerful because they help words come out naturally. Many learners sound unnatural because they know the word but not the combination. They may say make confidence, but the natural phrase is build confidence. They may say do improvement, but the natural word is improve or make progress. They may say make vocabulary big, but the natural phrase is expand vocabulary. Learning combinations fixes this problem. The eighth rule is this: upgrade your old sentences. This is one of the most powerful exercises in this book. Take a weak sentence you actually say and upgrade it step by step. Do not create fake sentences. Use your real English. If you often say, this method is good, upgrade it to this method is useful, then upgrade it again. This method is effective because it helps learners speak with confidence. Then upgrade it again. This method is effective because it turns passive vocabulary into active speaking through daily practice. Now your sentence has become strong. If you often say, my English is bad, upgrade it to my English needs improvement, then upgrade it again. My speaking needs improvement because I still use weak words too often. Then upgrade it again. My speaking needs improvement, but I am building stronger vocabulary through daily power word practice. This is powerful because the upgraded sentence does not destroy your confidence, it gives direction. If you often say, I am nervous, upgrade it to I feel anxious when I speak English. Then upgrade it again. I feel anxious when I speak English because I worry about using the wrong words. Then upgrade it again. I feel anxious when I speak English, but I am determined to build confidence by practicing strong phrases every day. This sentence is emotional, honest, and powerful. This exercise teaches your brain that weak English can be transformed. You do not need to hate your current English. You need to upgrade it. Every weak sentence is raw material. Every upgrade is training. Every stronger version teaches your mind how powerful English works. The ninth rule is this: use your power words in real life as soon as possible. If you only practice in a notebook, the word may stay connected to study, not real communication. Use the word in a comment, a voice note, a message, a self-introduction, a short recording, or a real conversation. If you learned effective, write a comment. This method is effective because it gives clear examples. If you learned challenging, say in a voice note, "Speaking English is challenging, but I am improving every day." If you learned grateful, message someone, "I am grateful for your help." Real use gives words power. It tells your brain, "This word belongs to my life." Once a word enters real communication, it becomes easier to remember and easier to use again. This is why you should not wait until you feel perfect. Use the word imperfectly, learn from it, correct it if needed, and use it again. The 10th rule is this: record your voice. Many learners avoid recording because they do not like hearing their own English, but recording is one of the fastest ways to improve. When you record yourself, you can hear whether the word sounds natural, whether the sentence is clear, whether your voice sounds confident, and whether you overuse weak words. Recording turns hidden mistakes into visible training. Choose 3 power words and speak for 1 minute, then listen. Did you use the words correctly? Did your sentences sound clear? Did you repeat "good" and "very" too much? Did your tone sound confident? Did you explain your idea with reason and example? Do not judge yourself harshly. Use the recording as feedback. A recording is not a punishment, it is a mirror, and a serious learner uses the mirror to improve. Now let us build a complete daily routine for the English power words. Start with 5 minutes of review. Speak 3 sentences using yesterday's power words, then spend 5 minutes on today's weak word. Choose one weak word, choose stronger replacements, and understand the difference between them. Then spend 10 minutes creating sentences. Make simple sentences, then stronger sentences, then personal sentences. After that, spend 5 minutes speaking a short paragraph using the new words. Finally, record 1 minute and listen for clarity, confidence, and natural use. This routine may take 20 to 25 minutes, but it can transform your vocabulary if you do it consistently. If you do not have that much time, use a shorter routine. Review 1 old word, learn 1 new power word, create 5 sentences, speak 1 short paragraph, and use the word once in real life. Even 10 focused minutes can build progress if you practice daily. The secret is consistency. A routine does not need to be huge, it needs to be repeated. 1 day of power word practice may feel small. 7 days will start building awareness. 30 days will start changing your word choice. 90 days can change how your English sounds. You will begin noticing weak words automatically. You will begin replacing them with stronger words. You will begin speaking with more exact meaning. This is how your English identity changes. At first, you are a learner who says "good" for everything. Then you become a learner who notices, "I can say effective here." Then you become a speaker who naturally says, "This method is effective." At first, you say "bad" for every problem. Then you notice, "harmful is better here." Then you become a speaker who says, "This habit is harmful because it slows progress." At first, you say "thing" for every idea. Then you begin choosing method, strategy, habit, challenge, and solution. This is growth. The daily routine also trains your attention. Before this book, you may not notice weak words. You may speak automatically using the same basic vocabulary, but after training, your mind becomes sharper. You begin hearing your own English differently. When you say "very good," your brain asks, "Do I mean effective, useful, valuable, or impressive?" When you say "bad," your brain asks, "Do I mean harmful, confusing, serious, or weak?" This awareness is powerful because awareness is the beginning of change. Do not become obsessed with upgrading every word. That will make speaking stressful. The goal is not to speak like a machine that checks every sentence. The goal is to slowly improve your natural choices. At first, upgrade words during practice, then upgrade them during writing, then upgrade them during slow speaking. Later, they will begin appearing in normal conversation. Do not force perfection. Train improvement. You should also create a personal power word bank. This is not a random vocabulary notebook. It is a collection of words you personally need, divided by weak words, not by alphabet. One section for good, with replacements like useful, effective, practical, valuable, powerful, impressive. One section for bad, with harmful, serious, confusing, weak, dangerous, damaging. One section for very, with essential, exhausted, challenging, obvious, excellent. One section for emotions, with frustrated, discouraged, anxious, proud, grateful, determined. One section for verbs, with improve, build, develop, strengthen, expand, reduce, overcome, express, clarify, transform. Under every word, write one sentence that belongs to your life. Not a dictionary sentence, your sentence. For example, under effective, write, "This routine is effective because it helps me use new words in speaking." Under determined, write, "I am determined to speak stronger English." Under clarify, write, "Let me clarify my meaning with an example." This turns your word bank into a speaking tool. Your word bank should grow slowly. Do not fill it with hundreds of words you never use. A small active word bank is better than a large dead notebook. Every week, choose 10 words from your bank and speak with them. If a word stays unused for weeks, bring it back into practice or remove it until you are ready. Vocabulary must stay alive. Now let us talk about weekly training. Each week should have one theme. One week can be replacing weak adjectives. Practice useful, effective, valuable, essential, harmful, confusing, challenging, impressive. Another week can be power verbs. Practice improve, build, develop, strengthen, expand, reduce, overcome, express, clarify, transform. Another week can be emotional words. Practice frustrated, discouraged, anxious, proud, grateful, determined, overwhelmed, relieved. Another week can be confident speaking phrases. Practice I believe, the reason is, for example. In other words, let me clarify, that is why. This weekly focus gives your learning direction. Random vocabulary creates random progress. Focused vocabulary creates visible growth. When you train one theme for a week, your brain sees patterns. It understands how words work together. It becomes easier to use them. For example, during Power Verb Week, your daily speaking may sound like this. I want to improve my fluency and build confidence through daily practice. I also want to expand my vocabulary and reduce hesitation. My goal is to express my ideas clearly and overcome the fear of mistakes. This one paragraph uses many power verbs naturally. If you repeat this kind of speaking daily, those verbs become part of you. During Emotional Vocabulary Week, your speaking may sound like this. I sometimes feel frustrated when my words do not come quickly, but I am determined to continue. I feel proud when I practice even with mistakes, and I feel hopeful because my English is improving slowly. This paragraph trains emotion and confidence together. During Clarity Phrase Week, your speaking may sound like this. I believe power words are essential because they make meaning clearer. For example, effective is stronger than good when we talk about a method that gives results. In other words, better word choice creates stronger communication. That is why learners should practice power words daily. This paragraph trains confident structure. Now, there is one mistake you must avoid. Do not learn strong words and then use them unnaturally everywhere. Strong vocabulary must be controlled. If every lesson is extraordinary, every method is transformative, every habit is essential, and every small problem is devastating, your English will sound exaggerated. Powerful English is accurate English. Use strong words when the meaning is strong. Use simple words when simple words fit. For example, if something helps a little, say useful. If it gives clear results, say effective. If you can use it in real life, say practical. If it deeply changes your progress, say powerful or transformative. Do not use the strongest word for every situation. A strong speaker knows levels. This is how your English sounds natural. The daily routine must train word feeling, not only word meaning. When you learn essential, feel that it means necessary. When you learn harmful, feel that it causes damage. When you learn frustrated, feel the emotion of trying and struggling. When you learn determined, feel the strength of not giving up. The more you connect words with feeling, the more naturally you will use them. Now let us talk about using power words in writing. Writing is a good bridge to speaking because it gives you more time to choose words. Write 5 sentences every day using your power words, then read them aloud. Writing helps you think. Reading aloud helps you speak. The combination is powerful. For example, write, "Daily practice is essential for fluency." Strong verbs improve sentence power. I feel frustrated when I forget words, but I am determined to continue. This method is effective because it activates vocabulary. Clear examples clarify meaning. Then read them aloud 3 times. Then close the notebook and say them from memory in your own way. This moves the words from paper to voice. Another strong exercise is rewriting. Take a weak paragraph and upgrade it. Weak paragraph: English is very important, vocabulary is good. If you know many things, you can speak better. But English is hard and many people are nervous. Upgraded paragraph: English is essential because it helps people communicate clearly. Strong vocabulary is valuable because it allows learners to express exact meaning. If learners activate useful words in real sentences, their speaking becomes stronger. English can be challenging and many learners feel anxious, but daily practice builds confidence. This exercise trains your brain to see the difference between weak English and powerful English. Rewriting is powerful because it teaches transformation. You learn that your English does not have to stay at the first level. You can improve it, you can strengthen it, you can make it clearer, you can make it more confident. This is a skill you can use forever. Now, your daily routine should also include listening for power words. When you watch videos, listen for strong words and phrases. Do not only listen for meaning, listen for expression. When someone says effective, notice how they use it. When someone says essential, notice the sentence. When someone says I believe, the reason is, to be more exact, that is why, write it down, then use it in your own sentence. This is how input becomes output. Listening gives you real examples. Speaking makes them yours. If you only listen, the words may stay passive. If you listen and then speak them, they become active. The same is true for reading. When you read an English sentence, do not only ask, "What does this mean?" Ask, "Which word or phrase can I steal for my speaking?" If you read, this habit is essential for long-term progress. Take the frame "essential for" and say, "Daily practice is essential for fluency." If you read, this strategy reduces confusion. Take "reduces confusion" and say, "Examples reduce confusion." Reading becomes vocabulary training when you extract usable patterns. Now let us create a 30-day power words plan. In the first week, focus on replacing weak everyday words. Train good, bad, very, thing, and nice. Learn stronger alternatives and use them in sentences. In the second week, focus on power verbs. Train improve, build, develop, strengthen, expand, reduce, overcome, express, clarify, and transform. In the third week, focus on emotional vocabulary. Train frustrated, discouraged, overwhelmed, anxious, embarrassed, proud, grateful, determined, motivated, and hopeful. In the fourth week, focus on confident speaking phrases. Train I believe, in my view, the reason is, for example. In other words, the key point is, let me clarify, let me rephrase that, and that is why. After 30 days, you will not only have learned words, you will have trained a new speaking style. You will know how to replace weak words, choose stronger verbs, express emotions, and speak with confident phrases. This is a complete upgrade. But do not stop after 30 days. Repeat the plan with new words. Keep the same system. Weak word, stronger replacement. Sentence, spoken paragraph, review, real use. This system can serve you for months and years. Every month your English can become sharper. Now let us talk about measuring progress. How do you know your power words routine is working? First, you will notice weak words more often. This is progress. Second, you will begin using stronger words in writing. This is progress. Third, you will begin using stronger words in self-speaking. This is progress. Fourth, some words will appear naturally in real conversation. This is powerful progress. Fifth, your sentences will sound clearer and more confident. This is the goal. Do not expect every word to become active immediately. Some words need many repetitions. That is normal. Your job is to keep using them. If a word does not come naturally, create more sentences with it. If you misuse a word, learn the correct context and try again. If you forget a word, review it. Forgetting is not failure. It is a sign that the word needs more use. Your routine must be patient. Powerful English is built through repetition, not pressure. If you pressure yourself too much, you may become afraid to speak. If you train daily with patience, you will improve steadily. The goal is not perfect vocabulary. The goal is stronger, active vocabulary. Now remember the emotional side of this routine. You may feel frustrated. You may feel that your progress is slow. You may think, why do I still use weak words? Do not attack yourself. Weak words are active because you have used them for years. Strong words need time to become active. Be patient. Every repetition is building a new road in your brain. When you use a power word correctly, celebrate it. If you say effective naturally instead of good, that is progress. If you say challenging instead of very hard, that is progress. If you say I feel frustrated instead of only I am sad, that is progress. Small upgrades matter because they train your identity. You are becoming someone who speaks with clearer meaning. Now let us build a full daily example. Suppose today's weak word is good. You choose power words: useful, effective, practical, valuable, powerful. You create sentences. This phrase is useful. This method is effective. This lesson is practical. This habit is valuable. This idea is powerful. Then you make them stronger. This method is effective because it gives learners real speaking practice. This lesson is practical because I can use the words immediately. Then you speak a paragraph. I believe power word practice is effective because it helps learners upgrade weak vocabulary. It is also practical because learners can use the words in daily conversation. This habit is valuable because it makes English clearer and more confident. Then you review yesterday's words. Then you use one word in a comment or voice note. This is a real routine. It trains recognition, understanding, speaking, review, and real use. Another example. Today's word is afraid. You choose stronger emotional words: anxious, insecure, nervous, under pressure, uncomfortable. You create sentences. I feel anxious when I speak English suddenly. I feel insecure about my pronunciation. I feel under pressure when I need to answer quickly. Then you speak a paragraph. I sometimes feel anxious when someone asks me a question in English because I do not have time to prepare, but I am building confidence by practicing strong phrases every day. I am determined to keep speaking even when I feel under pressure. This routine trains emotional expression and confidence together. Another example. Today's weak phrase is make better. You choose power verbs: improve, strengthen, develop, upgrade. You create sentences. I want to improve my English. I want to strengthen my vocabulary. I want to develop fluency. I want to upgrade my simple sentences. Then you speak a paragraph. I want to improve my English by using stronger words in real sentences. This routine will strengthen my vocabulary and develop my speaking confidence. My goal is to upgrade weak English into clear and powerful communication. This is exactly the style of the English power words. Now, at the end of this final chapter, understand the golden truth. Strong English is not built by learning words once. Strong English is built by using better words every day until they become part of your voice. You do not become powerful by collecting vocabulary. You become powerful by activating vocabulary. You do not stop weak English by wishing. You stop weak English by replacing weak words, speaking strong sentences, and repeating the process daily. Your daily routine is the bridge between the English you know and the English you can speak. Without routine, strong words stay in your notebook. With routine, strong words move into your mouth. Without routine, your English remains correct but weak. With routine, your English becomes clear, confident, and alive. So from today, do not learn vocabulary randomly. Train vocabulary with purpose. Choose one weak word, replace it with stronger meaning. Create sentences, speak them aloud, build short paragraphs, review old words, learn word families, practice natural combinations, record your voice. Use the words in real life. Repeat tomorrow. This is how the English Power Words becomes more than a book. It becomes your daily training system. One day you will speak and notice the difference. You will not say, this is good. You will say, this method is effective. You will not say, this is bad. You will say, this habit is harmful. You will not say, I am very tired. You will say, I am exhausted. You will not say, I am nervous. You will say, I feel anxious, but I am determined to continue. You will not say, I learned many things. You will say, I learned practical techniques that strengthen my speaking. That day will feel powerful because your words will finally match your thoughts. Your English will no longer sound small when your mind is strong. Your voice will no longer hide behind weak vocabulary. Your sentences will carry clearer meaning. Your confidence will grow because you will feel that you can express yourself with more control. This is the final lesson of the English power words. Your vocabulary becomes powerful only when your routine makes it active. Learn the word, use the word, repeat the word, speak the word, live with the word, then the word becomes yours. And when enough power words become yours, your English changes forever. Weak words make strong thoughts sound small, but powerful words give your thoughts the strength they deserve. You did not come to this book only to learn a few new vocabulary words. You came here because somewhere inside you, you knew that your English could become stronger. You knew that your sentences could sound clearer. You knew that your ideas were bigger than the words you were using. You knew that saying good, bad, very, and thing again and again was not enough for the person you are becoming. Now you understand the truth. Powerful English is not about using strange words to impress people. Powerful English is about choosing the right word at the right time. It is about saying effective when something gives results, harmful when something damages progress, essential when something truly matters, challenging when something is difficult but possible, and determined when your heart has decided not to quit. This is how simple English becomes strong English, not by making it complicated, but by making it exact. Not by making it heavy, but by making it clear. Not by hiding behind big words, but by using words that carry real meaning. Remember this forever. Grammar gives your sentence shape, but word choice gives your sentence power. If your words are weak, your message may feel weak. If your words are clear, your message becomes stronger. If your words are powerful, people do not only hear your English, they feel your meaning. So do not go back to speaking automatically with the same weak words every day. Train your mind to notice them. When you want to say good, ask yourself, do I mean useful, effective, practical, valuable, or powerful? When you want to say bad, ask yourself, do I mean harmful, serious, confusing, weak, or dangerous? When you want to say very important, ask yourself, do I mean essential? When you want to say thing, ask yourself, what exactly do I mean? This one habit can change your English. And never forget, confidence does not come from perfect English. Confidence comes from stronger expression. Confidence grows when you can explain your thoughts clearly. Confidence grows when you can express emotions honestly. Confidence grows when you know how to repair a sentence, clarify your meaning, and continue even after a mistake. You are not weak because you make mistakes. You are learning, you are building, you are improving, you are strengthening your voice one sentence at a time. From today, do not only collect words. Activate them, speak them aloud, use them in real sentences. Build short paragraphs, record your voice, review old words, replace weak sentences with stronger ones, turn passive vocabulary into active speaking. Make power words part of your daily English routine until they become natural inside your mouth. One day you will notice the change. Your English will not sound flat anymore. Your ideas will come out with more clarity. Your emotions will sound more real. Your explanations will sound more confident. Your sentences will carry weight, and you will realize that the problem was never your mind. Your mind had power all along. Your words only needed training. The English Power Words is not the end of your journey. It is the beginning of a stronger English voice. So keep practicing, keep upgrading, keep speaking. Do not let powerful thoughts come out in weak words. Let your English become clear. Let your words become strong. Let your voice become confident. And before you leave, subscribe to English Mindset Academy if you are serious about real English fluency. Write in the comments, I will speak strong English, because from today, you are not just learning English. You are training your words to carry power.